Chapter 968. Kunlun North Field. The Kunlun realm was vast and boundless. According to the records, this was the birthplace of the ancestors of the human race. It had the most ancient inheritance. Kunlun Mountain was one of the 5 great mountains. It was comparable to the 2 temples and the 3 halls. It was the oldest sect in history. It was even comparable to the Xianyuan clan. Kunlun Mountain and the Apothecary Alliance were in the north and south respectively. They both occupied different territories. Kunlun Mountain had a larger territory. If Xiang Dingtian hadn't appeared, the Apothecary Alliance wouldn't have been able to compete with Kunlun Mountain. Kunlun Mountain had many outstanding cultivators. Every one of them had extraordinary potential. The competition between them was extremely fierce. For the Heavenly Dragon rank and Heavenly Phoenix rank competition in a year and a half, Kunlun Mountain held a competition for the Dragon Transformation Realm disciples under 100 years old. As the Saint Son of Kunlun, Kuan Xian had just entered the Dragon Transformation Realm. It wasn't easy for him to be the champion in the competition. Many senior brothers were stronger than him. Especially the previous saint, Kuan Mingzi, had unparalleled battle power. He suppressed everyone and became the leader of the Dragon Phoenix rank. Aside from Kunming Zi, there were 2 other people who appeared out of nowhere, causing quite a commotion. One of them was the saintess, Meng Bingxue, who had disappeared for decades. She had actually returned. Meng Bingxue and Kuan Mingzi used to be a couple. However, many people in the sect didn't approve of them being together. It was because Kuan Mingzi's talent back then was very average. He wasn't good enough for Meng Bingxue. Kuan Mingzi was very handsome. He made Meng Bingxue fall head over heels for him. Meng Bingxue actually eloped with him to the mortal world to find a place where they could spend the rest of their lives together. However, when they discovered the Frost Spring mystic essence, Kuan Mingzi turned against them. He harmed Meng Bingxue and took the Frost Spring mystic essence's power and the inheritance left behind. Kuan Mingzi was also very powerful. After he obtained the inheritance, his power increased by leaps and bounds. When he returned to Kunlun Mountain, he wasn't punished. Instead, he defeated the Saint's son and became the new Saint's son. As for Meng Bingxue's disappearance, he had already found an excuse to cover it up. However, a few years ago, Kuan Mingzi had heard the news that Meng Bingxue was still alive from Mount Amei. That was why he had started a plan. He couldn't let Meng Bingxue return to Mount Kunlun alive. However, his plan didn't work out well. Meng Bingxue still showed up in Kunlun Mountain. He was very unhappy. He didn't deal with her well enough, which left a problem for him. However, his position in Kunlun Mountain was different from before. He was now the young master. Even if Meng Bingxue came back, she wouldn't be able to cause any trouble. Besides, it wasn't difficult for him to deal with this woman. Meng Bingxue's strength had broken through the Dragon Transformation Realm. Compared to him, the difference was like heaven and earth. He had already reached the pinnacle of the Dragon Transformation Realm. If it wasn't for this battle between the Dragon and Phoenix, he could have entered the half-step Saint Realm, or even broken through the Star Rune Realm. Meng Bingxue was the last saintess after all. No matter what mistake she had made, if she could repent and come back to Mount Kunlun, the higher-ups would give her a chance. After all, Meng Bingxue was born with the ice body. Many people still thought highly of her. Although she had delayed her cultivation, they still believed that she could catch up. Kuan Mingzi met Meng Bingxue again. The 2 of them stood far apart. Kuan Mingzi had sword-like eyebrows and starry eyes. He had the temperament of an immortal. He was a rare handsome man. Only Lu Ji could be compared to him. However, Lu Ji didn't have the domineering aura of gentleness. He was wearing a white robe and carrying a long sword on his back. He looked like an immortal standing in the wind. Meng Bingxue was beautiful. Her hair was still falling down, but she didn't tie it up. Only a pair of cold eyes could be seen. They were less lively and more murderous. Bingxue, you shouldn't have come back, Kuan Mingzi said with a magnetic voice. I didn't want to come back, but I had to. Meng Bingxue replied coldly. I failed you in the past because I didn't want to be under your halo. Now, I don't need to do that anymore. Besides, I regret what I did. I have been suffering in my heart all these years. I still miss you and love you. Kuan Mingzi looked at Meng Bingxue with deep love and regret. If she was still the old Meng Bingxue, she would have been soft-hearted after hearing Kuan Mingzi's words. However, she was no longer the old Meng Bingxue. In that small space, she had been refined by the Xian Shuang Quan Xian Qi. Her ice body had reached a new level. When she regained her consciousness, her power had increased by leaps and bounds. Since she left the mortal world, she had reached the middle level of the dragon transformation stage. That was why she dared to come back to Mount Kunlun. As long as she focused on cultivation, she was confident that she could catch up with Lu Ji as soon as possible. Put away your disgusting face. I was ignorant before. I loved you so much. Do you think I will still believe your bullshit now? Meng Bingxue sneered. She paused and continued. You abandoned me. From now on, I will make you regret it. Meng Bingxue's body was filled with coldness. She wanted to kill Kuan Mingzi. Kun Mingzi let out a long laugh. Hi, you. Do you think you are still a saintess? Pausing for a moment, he faintly said, If I want to pinch you to death now, it would be as easy as flipping my hand. You really shouldn't have returned to the sect. That way, you could have lived for a few more days. Since you've returned, don't blame me for not remembering our old friendship. If you have the guts, then kill me right now. Otherwise, I will show your ugly face to the world. You deserve to die. Meng Bingxue didn't want to talk to him anymore. She turned around and left. She was no longer the naive girl from before. She was a woman with true love. For him, she would not die so easily. She came back this time to make Kuan Mingzi regret what he had done to her. Kun Mingzi looked at Meng Bingxue, leaving, and murderous intent flashed in his eyes. He murmured, Bingxue, if you knew how precious my heritage is, you wouldn't talk to me like that. I wanted to give you a chance, but it seems you don't need it. Apart from Meng Bingxue, there was another dark horse, Su Xiaoqiang. This young man, who had only joined the Kunlun Mountains a few years ago, had broken through to the celestial fish realm from a small man general realm. He had the ability to kill dragon transformation realm cultivators and was expected to break through to the dragon transformation realm within a year. His performance had gained the recognition of a Kunlun saint, and he had been awarded a precious heavenly dragon jade token. After Su Xiaoqiang received the heavenly dragon jade plate, his feminine face revealed a proud expression. He pinched his fingers together and murmured, Yang Wu, I hope you can participate in the heavenly dragon ranking. It is time for us to settle our grudges. If Yang Wu was here, he would definitely recognize this young man. He was an acquaintance who had joined the army with him. He was Wan Lanxin's attendant and had become a rising star of Kunlun. It had to be said that this young man's luck was off the charts. This was definitely related to his master, Wang Jiucheng. Wang Jiucheng was only in the Earthsea realm and was only an in-name disciple of Kunlun. If he had not been harmed by the evil Child King, he would not have stopped at the Earthsea realm. After Yang Wu became a king, they quickly left Great Xia. They were lucky enough to pass through the barrier passage and return to the world of transcendence. After some twists and turns, they returned to Kunlun. With Wang Jiucheng's strength, it was naturally impossible for him to bring Su Xiaoqiang into Kunlun. On the contrary, after Su Xiaoqiang cultivated an evil technique, he erupted with powerful talent and attracted the attention of the upper echelons of Kunlun. That was why they were led to the mountain. Wang Jiucheng received some favors, and his previous losses were compensated. His strength increased by a lot, and he reached the peak of the Earthsea realm. He was only one step away from the celestial fish realm. Congratulations, young master, for obtaining the heavenly dragon jade plate. Becoming a saint is just around the corner. Wang Jiucheng came before Su Xiaoqiang and bowed. Speaking of which, it's all thanks to you. Su Xiaoqiang glanced at Wang Jiucheng and said. Wang Jiucheng hurriedly said in fear, No, it's all because of young master's outstanding talent and excellent comprehension that you have today's achievements. This servant is basking in young master's glory. Su Xiaoqiang patted Wang Jiucheng's head and screamed, Ha! Wang Jiucheng, you're really born to be a servant. Every word you say makes me happy. Not bad. I'll reward you with a celestial fish pill later and let you break through to the celestial fish realm. Thank you, young master. Thank you, young master. Wang Jiucheng was overjoyed. Now, Wang Jiucheng was no longer Su Xiaoqiang's master, but Su Xiaoqiang's servant. He relied on Su Xiaoqiang to live. Everything was really unpredictable. Sun-devouring realm. Two beings from the Saint Do clan came out of small space and killed the demon son of the Death God clan. This shocked the entire Death God clan. Sun Qian and Sun Do quickly climbed up the bounty list. As descendants of the Saint Do clan, they were sworn enemies with the Death God clan. The Demon Son was one of the Death God clan's seed candidates for the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament this time. However, he was actually killed by these two fellows, and his heavenly dragon jade plate was taken away. This matter was huge. After the Death God clan released the bounty list, the Death God clan sent out a powerful group to kill the two of them. There were also many foreign races that hunted them. The two of them were also skilled and bold. They did not hide again, but fought as they fled. Once they encountered a Saint Realm being that they couldn't defeat, they took out the ancestral item left behind by the Saint Do clan to escape the attacks of those powerful Saint Realm beings. If they encountered beings that they could defeat, they weren't afraid of being outnumbered and fought with them. Every time they could kill those beings. Their combat power was too heaven-defying. Sun Qian, you bastard. You didn't come to help me kill that fleeing rat. You made me get bitten in the butt. Did you do that on purpose? Sun Do covered his butt and cursed at his Saint Do clan companion who looked like him. The Heavenly Dragon rankings are open. If you can't even kill a rat, how can you become the Dragon Emperor? You're too weak, Sun Qian said faintly. Chapter 969. The Dragon Phoenix leaderboard would be opened in a year and a half. Now was the prelude to the battle of the Dragon Phoenix leaderboard. There were fierce battles in all the realms. The minor saints of the younger generation were desperately fighting for their own tokens. The dark horses who had been hiding for a long time showed up one after another. They displayed shocking combat strength and talent. Some special battle constitutions were also displayed. The Fortune Teller Tower also started to release the leaderboard. The predicted rankings of the Heavenly Dragon and Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard were constantly updated in the Book of Heavenly Secrets. The Palace Lord of the Immortal Palace killed a saint with one hand and reached the top of the Heavenly Dragon leaderboard. The son of the King of Hell of the Yama Palace was invincible in the path of death and ranked second on the Heavenly Dragon leaderboard. Jin Juezi of the Tianli Temple was invincible. His body could withstand the attacks of several saints. He ranked third on the Heavenly Dragon leaderboard. Kuan Mingzi of the Kunlun Mountain comprehended the Frost Palm path. He could freeze a part of the world with one palm and ranked fourth on the Heavenly Dragon leaderboard. The third princess of the Xinyuan clan cultivated the Emperor Divine Scripture. She was known as the first empress of the younger generation and ranked first on the Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard. The previous saintess of the Amay Mountain had mastered the path of ruthlessness and ranked second on the Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard. An old and accomplished woman from the Purple Cloud Palace had ranked third on the Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard with unparalleled combat strength of the Thunder Axe. The previous saintess of the Sky Severing Sect could kill saints and ranked fourth on the Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard. These were the latest predicted rankings, and changes were happening every day. Only the top 100 had relatively little changes. These people had all displayed their strength in the past 50 years, and all of them have been thoroughly investigated by the Divine Fortune-Telling Pavilion. There are still some objections to their rankings, but they still had a certain level of representation. Those who could be ranked in the top 10,000 had a chance to win the battle of the Dragon Phoenix leaderboard. While the geniuses of various places were fighting for a Heavenly Dragon Jade Plate or a Heavenly Phoenix Jade Plate, many of them were cultivating in secret. They wouldn't show their shocking combat strength until the end. Dragon Tomb of the Grave City. Yang Wu and Miao Miao were some of the geniuses who were cultivating. Miao Miao was an alchemist. Whether or not he participated in this kind of competition between martial artists did not mean much to him. However, as a man who did not wish to leave a heavy mark on the dragon rankings, he had been soaked in a large amount of medicinal liquid since he was young. His cultivation talent was definitely not inferior to any of the geniuses. In fact, he was even more powerful. The only pity was that he was unable to use this talent to cultivate martial arts. He was more focused on alchemy. After he entered the Dragon Tomb together with Yang Wu, he was ruthlessly drilled by Yang Taihe. Every day, he was miserable beyond words. Yang Taihe's schedule was packed to the brim. In the morning, he tempered his body, starting from the basics, and worked hard to squeeze out his potential. In the afternoon, he furiously refined the fire control technique, and only at night was he allowed to refine pills. In the first 3 months, Miao Miao's realm did not change at all, but his fighting strength had increased a lot, especially after he tried to refine pills and was struck by lightning several times. He became even more energetic. Yang Wu taught him part of the 9 lightning body tempering technique to help him refine his body. When he was struck by lightning at first, he cried for his parents. He felt like he was about to be struck to death. Who knew that not only was he not killed, but he also realized how extraordinary his body, which had been tempered by his ancestors since he was young, was. That was why he dared to try to withstand the lightning. However, this guy was afraid of pain, so he cut corners every time. Other than the first wave of lightning, he let the puppets block the second and third waves of lightning. Even so, the improvement of his body was very obvious. After 3 months, he broke through to the top-tier heavenly fish realm. At this time, he was still not even 30 years old. This kind of strength was enough to look down on many of his peers. However, others knew that he was Miao Miao Qi's favorite junior, so they did not take it to heart. After he broke through to the top-tier heavenly fish realm, he also refined a cauldron of small divine pills. Although they were the most common healing pills, they were enough for him to laugh for a while. An alchemist's alchemy realm was directly proportional to his martial arts realm. Many alchemists had talent in alchemy, but not in martial arts. Only those who had both could go further. Many alchemists took the pills they refined to increase their strength. Over time, it became a habit, which limited their improvement in cultivation. Miao Miao Qi naturally would not do such a stupid thing. He had long since told Miao Miao to be down to earth and break through each realm with his own strength. He could not take too many pills to break through. In addition, he had given Miao Miao a lot of medicinal liquids to soak in. Even an ordinary child would become an excellent cultivation body after being refined by a divine alchemist like him. Otherwise, how could Miao Miao reach such a realm at such a young age? After all, Miao Miao Qi was not a pure martial artist. He had invited experts to train Miao Miao, but Miao Miao was not focused enough. Even if he had a certain level of strength, his combat ability was not high. Now, under Yang Taihe's guidance, he finally made great progress. This was definitely related to Yang Wu's influence. Yang Wu was too outstanding, so outstanding that even he felt inferior. If he did not work hard, he would not be worthy of being this boss's subordinate. After Yang Taihe spent 3 months teaching Miao Miao a cultivation method, he no longer paid any attention to Miao Miao. The beginning depended on the master, and the cultivation depended on the individual. Now it was up to Miao Miao. His main target was still Yang Wu. Yang Wu cultivated in seclusion for 3 months, crazily absorbing a large amount of dragon qi. Even Yang Taihe was shocked by the amount. It was rare for a dragon transformation realm cultivator to be so abnormal. Yang Wu did not expect that the amount he needed was so much more than he imagined. The true dragon in the earth, Xi, crazily devoured the dragon qi, gradually forming a thick layer of dragon scales. The true dragon's aura became more vigorous, and 2 more dragon toes grew. The space in his dantian was expanded a few times, forming a boundless ocean. The green sprout in his dantian grew a lot. If this continued, he was ready to break through to the dragon transformation realm. However, he was still suppressing it. When he could no longer suppress it, he challenged Yang Taihe. "Little ancestor, do you dare to fight me at the same level?" He needed to vent and polish his limits before breaking through to the dragon transformation realm. "Good boy, you have guts." Yang Taihe praised. He retracted all of his profound qi and fought against Yang Wu with the strength of the dragon transformation realm. Bang bang. Yang Wu seemed to have transformed into a true dragon. He exploded with all his strength and attacked Yang Taihe. When Yang Taihe felt Yang Wu's combat strength, he was shocked again. How was this the combat strength of a dragon transformation realm cultivator? It was the combat strength of a first-level Star Mark realm cultivator. Yang Taihe was pushed back by Yang Wu's crazy attacks. Meow Meow, who was not far away, was speechless. No wonder he was pushed to the top 1,000 on the bounty list. Boss is too strong, Meow Meow said in surprise. Yang Taihe realized that Yang Wu's combat strength was extraordinary. He did not dare to be careless. He released a strength that could match Yang Wu's, and even increased it by half, suppressing Yang Wu. He wanted to see how strong Yang Wu's combat strength was. Yang Wu did not disappoint him. When he released his Jinwu boxing, Yang Taihe was even more surprised. Little ancestor, please beat me. Yang Wu's eyes were filled with fighting spirit. Wu, take it. I won't be polite anymore. Yang Taihe felt Yang Wu's fighting spirit. After responding, traces of holy power spread out, and black tortoise tyrant fists blasted towards Yang Wu. The black tortoise armor formed on Yang Wu's body. The powerful force dissipated more than half of Yang Taihe's strength. It did not cause much damage to him, so he could withstand it. Little ancestor, it's not enough. Come on more fiercely, Yang Wu shouted crazily. All right, prepare to suffer a little, Yang Taihe said excitedly. The strength of his attacks kept rising, enough to fight against a first-level Star Mark realm cultivator. Yang Wu finally tasted the pain. Yang Taihe's fists fell on his body like raindrops. His black tortoise armor was shattered, and his body was covered with fist marks. Blood kept spurting out. Meow Meow felt his heart ache when he saw this. He was afraid that Yang Wu would be beaten to death by Yang Wu, who knew that Yang Wu was still so ferocious. He did not care about the injuries on his body. He still erupted with extremely powerful combat strength and fought fiercely with Yang Taihe. Yang Wu didn't stop fighting until it was dark. On the second day, he had completely recovered and continued to challenge Yang Taihe. This battle lasted for another day and only stopped at night. The injuries on his body were more serious than the previous day, but the next day, he was as vigorous as a dragon and as fierce as a tiger. He was like a cockroach that could not be killed. Even Yang Taihe was amazed by his recovery ability. 7 consecutive days, 7 battles. In every battle, Yang Wu was beaten very badly. Every time, all of his combat strength was exhausted. The next day, he became even stronger. On the 8th day, he stopped fighting. Once again, he crazily absorbed the dragon chi. On the 10th day, he successfully entered the mid-level dragon transformation realm. Roar! Roar! A 2,000 zhang long true dragon soared into the sky. Its continuous roars echoed throughout the dragon tomb. The dragon chi in the dragon tomb also cried out. Yang Wu's aura rose steadily. It was not as simple as when he had just entered the mid-level dragon transformation realm. Instead, he reached the mid-level dragon transformation realm in one go. After Yang Wu broke through, the might of the battle chi dragon far surpassed any dragon transformation realm martial artist's oppressive feeling. After he stabilized his realm, he challenged Yang Taihe again. Once again, they fought for 3 consecutive days before stopping. This time, he did not fight to the limit with Yang Taihe. Instead, he used all the martial arts he had cultivated, tempering them to perfection. Among them, when Yang Wu released the hum sound, Yang Taihe almost fell for it. This was the sound of Buddhism. Yang Wu had actually comprehended it and released a very powerful attack. It really caught people off guard. If not for Yang Taihe's strength being so much stronger than Yang Wu's, just this hum sound would be enough to destroy or severely injure his soul. At that time, he would be the one being taught a lesson by Yang Wu. Wooer, do you dare to be even more ferocious? Little ancestor, I feel that there are still many areas that need to be fixed. Chapter 970. Yang Taihe was once the pride of the Yang family. He was a peerless genius among the younger generation of the Yang family and had reached the 11th level of the god of War Pagoda. Now that he had the strength of a level 9 astral pattern realm cultivator, he thought he could teach Yang Wu some things. However, After battling with Yang Wu repeatedly, he felt that there was nothing else he could teach Yang Wu. Yang Wu had his own way of thinking and comprehension. His Tao was forged step by himself. Other than giving some suggestions from the side, Yang Taihe could not change his mind. Yang Wu walked the path of ultimate martial arts. Other than his potential being completely squeezed out, he had recultivated every battle technique he had learned and practiced various variations. His combat power continued to increase. Yang Taihe felt that Yang Wu already had the strength to reach the top 100 of the Heavenly Dragon list. This was just a conservative estimate. The main reason was that Yang Wu's cultivation level was too low. The mid-level Dragon Transformation realm was not enough. If he was at the high-level Dragon Transformation realm, he could easily reach the top 10 or even the Dragon Emperor's position. After all, the transcendental world was vast and boundless. There were countless peerless geniuses and monsters. Many of them had been nurtured from a young age. Their combat power was astonishing. Yang Taihe could not guarantee that Yang Wu could defeat all the peerless geniuses of the Dragon Transformation realm. At this point, Yang Taihe let Yang Wu enter the Dragon Demonic Pool. The Dragon Demonic Pool was the core of the Dragon Tomb. A true dragon's corpse was once buried here. Unfortunately, it had been taken away by someone else. What was left was the Dragon Demonic Aura, forming a demonic pool. This kind of Dragon Demonic Aura was not something ordinary creatures could withstand. Even those at the Astral Pattern realm would not dare to enter recklessly. The Dragon Demonic Pool was a rather deep pit. It was about 1 to 2 miles wide. Countless Dragon Demonic Aura filled it. Dragon Demonic Aura appeared and roared. The corrosive demonic aura was terrifying. Yang Taihe did not bring Yang Wu here to send Yang Wu to his death. He handed the dragon scale in his hand to Yang Wu and said, "Take it. It can withstand the evil dragon chi. If you want to temper your body, it will depend on you. If you can endure it, you will be able to possess a dragon-shaped battle chi. A true dragon's body is far superior to an ordinary saint body." The dragon-killing aura was originally a place for the dragon tribe to refine themselves. The physical body of the dragon tribe was naturally strong, and no other living being could compare to it. Yang Taihe had brought Yang Wu here to help Yang Wu improve his physique. He didn't expect Yang Wu to be able to refine a true dragon's body, but improving his physical strength was enough for Yang Wu to benefit endlessly. Yang Wu knew the significance of this dragon scale. He said to Yang Taihe, "Little ancestor, take the dragon scale. I am not afraid of the holy thunder. I should be able to withstand the dragon demonic aura." Yang Taihe said firmly, "You can withstand the holy thunder, but you may not be able to withstand the dragon demonic aura. You must take it. I know what you are worried about. It will be fine if it enters the dragon demonic pool. Instead, it will strengthen its dragon demonic aura." Yang Wu could feel the determination in Yang Taihe's eyes. He didn't refuse. He took the dragon scale and said, "I will definitely live up to your expectations." In the next moment, he walked into the dragon demonic pool. Yang Taihe looked at Yang Wu's back and murmured, "You must hold on. The hope of the Yang family is on you." When Yang Wu stepped into the dragon demonic pool, countless dragon demonic aura surged toward him. The dragon demonic aura took the shape of a dragon and bit at Yang Wu. Even a saint realm creature would find it difficult to withstand the terrifying demonic aura. Yang Wu felt as if thousands of dragons were roaring in his ears. It was so loud that his eardrums hurt and his ears bled. His soul was in turmoil. When the demonic aura corroded his body, his skin and flesh tightened. Waves of pain seeped into his bones. This kind of painful torment was different from the damage caused by the heavenly thunder and fire. This kind of pain was transmitted from every nerve. It could make a person crazy and uncomfortable. Yang Wu couldn't help but cry out in pain. His holy body was very strong, but it still couldn't withstand the corrosion of the demonic aura. This showed how strong the demonic aura was. Seeing that Yang Wu's body was about to be soaked by the demonic aura, the dragon scale in his hand emitted an inexplicable power. It enveloped him and isolated the demonic aura. A beautiful figure quietly appeared beside him and said, "The demonic aura can't be resisted just by the strength of the body. If you want to resist its invasion, you must use a power of the same origin and blend it with it. Only then can you absorb and refine it and form immunity." After the pain on Yang Wu's body lessened, his mind became clearer. After listening to the Dragon Lady's words, he began to think about what to do. Soon he had an answer. The dragon aura on his body floated, and the shadow of a real dragon coiled around his body. It merged with the demonic aura and slowly merged into his body. When the demonic aura entered his body, Yang Wu couldn't help but suck in a cold breath. The pain was a little less than before, but it was still unbearable. It was like every meridian in his body was being gnawed. The feeling was hard to describe with words. You did the right thing, but you still have to endure some pain. Who told you not to be a dragon? The Dragon Lady's voice sounded again. She paused and added, "If you can't endure it, just leave. Don't force it. There are many humans who want to cultivate a dragon body, but not many can do it." Back then, Brother Taiha only cultivated a half-dragon body. Yang Wu didn't seem to hear the Dragon Lady's voice. He endured the pain and kept running the highest 9 mystery spells. He kept refining the demonic aura, and the real dragon grew stronger. After absorbing the demonic aura, the real dragon had the demonic aura's power. It was more like a living real dragon. After he ran the highest 9 mystery spells, the pain on his body lessened a little. However, the feeling still made him want to die. His face was twisted to the extreme, but he still persevered. He had been struck by lightning and burned by fire, but he had never retreated. Facing the demonic aura, he didn't want to take half a step back. He roared, "What's this little test? I can take it." The 4 types of mysterious essence chi that the highest 9 mystery spells fused together exploded. The first embryo mysterious essence chi protected his body. The frost spring mysterious essence chi cooled his body. The demonic blood mysterious essence chi blended together, and the corrosive fire mysterious essence chi resisted. All kinds of characteristics resisted the demonic aura. A whirlpool formed in his dantian and crazily sucked in the demonic aura from the demonic dragon pool. He was also completely wrapped up. Gradually, his scream stopped. The beautiful figure stared at the young man who was wrapped in the demonic aura for a while. She revealed a surprised expression and said to herself, "No wonder Brother Taiha values you so much." The beautiful figure disappeared. Only the faintly discernible demonic aura was left churning. In the blink of an eye, another half a year had passed. In this half a year, Meow Meow also began to absorb the dragon aura here to increase his strength. The amount he needed was not as terrifying as Yang Wu's. Yang Taiha didn't say anything. Meow Meow's strength was steadily increasing. His alchemy skills had also increased by a lot. His temperament had also become much more stable. He would also ask Yang Taiha for advice on some combat problems from time to time. Even if he couldn't be as powerful as his boss, he still hoped to be half as powerful as his boss. Not only in alchemy, but also in combat. After Meow Meow focused on cultivation, the advantage of his talent became obvious. He reached the peak of the heavenly fish realm in half a year and could break through to the dragon transformation realm at any time. Such a cultivation speed was indeed not inferior to any peerless prodigy. Yang Taiha stopped him from breaking through. He wanted him to stabilize first. It would be best if he could train for a while and understand the mysteries of how to step into the dragon transformation realm. It wouldn't be too late to break through then. This way, his realm would be more stable and would be more beneficial for his future improvement. Meow Meow listened to Yang Taiha's instructions. Every day, he practiced his battle skills and tempered his body. He also didn't forget to cultivate alchemy. Just like that, the days passed in boredom. On this day, a shocking movement suddenly came from the dragon aura. It was as if a true dragon that was thousands of feet long had been born. The powerful dragon shadow appeared in midair, and waves of dragon roars shook the dragon tomb. The dragon aura in the dragon tomb surged wildly toward the true dragon like a swallow returning to its nest. "You finished cultivating?" Yang Taihe said, in surprise, after sensing the movement. Meow Meow came to Yang Taihe's side and asked, "Boss, did you break through again? I don't know if I've broken through or not, but my combat power will definitely increase." Yang Taihe said with certainty. "Are you still letting me live?" Meow Meow said bitterly. During this period of time, he had been cultivating with all his might and felt that he had improved a lot. However, when he saw the commotion caused by Yang Wu, he was hit hard. Fortunately, he wasn't in the mood to compare himself with Yang Wu. Otherwise, he would have been so shocked that he didn't want to continue cultivating. In the dragon aura pool, a bare-chested shadow seemed to have transformed into a true dragon. It was madly devouring the dragon aura. A large amount of dense dragon aura in the dragon aura pool was decreasing at a speed visible to the naked eye. Yang Wu's aura was rising steadily. He reached the late stage of the intermediate dragon transformation realm in one fell swoop, and he was charging toward the advanced dragon transformation realm. When he reached the critical point, the barrier of this realm was violently broken through. That irresistible force was unstoppable. Everything was formed. The true dragon kept roaring. Its majestic dragon aura exuded an aura of power without being angry. It was the dragon aura unique to the advanced dragon transformation realm. Although Yang Wu already had combat power that surpassed the advanced dragon transformation realm, it was only after breaking through to the advanced dragon transformation realm that he possessed the true dragon aura. This draconic might was different from the draconic might of the majority of high-level dragon transformation realm experts. The draconic might of others was an illusion, but this was a true draconic might. He could directly use this power to kill his enemies. It was much denser and more powerful. The dragon scale flew out of the dragon aura pool and came to Yang Taihe's side. A beautiful figure appeared. She became much more illusory and said with a smile, "Fortunately, I did not disappoint you. It's been hard on you." Yang Taihe said with pity, "It's not hard. I might not be able to see you again in the future." The dragon lady said with a sad smile, "You will always be in my heart and by my side." The resolute man said with a face full of tears. Chapter 971. The evil dragon aura was a terrifying evil aura released by a real dragon. It had a very strong lethality. Ordinary people would die from the evil dragon aura if they touched it. Even experts would have to endure the torment of life and death if they touched it. Tempering one's body with the evil dragon aura was a crazy thing. Many powerful people in history had done this, but most of them died. However, those who succeeded had an extremely strong physique. This physique was called the dragon physique. Yang Wu's body had already become a saint. Now, after being tempered by the evil dragon aura, it could be called the sacred dragon physique. Half a year ago, his sacred physique was comparable to the sacred physique of a second-level star rune realm expert. After condensing the sacred dragon physique, its power had increased by more than one level. Even a third-level star rune sacred physique couldn't be compared to it. It was at least comparable to a fourth-level star rune sacred physique. He only had the strength of a dragon transformation realm expert, but he already had such a physique. How abnormal was this? After all, not everyone could withstand the tempering of the evil dragon aura. He had withstood it and received a generous reward. At that time, Yang Taihe had only cultivated a half-dragon physique. However, Yang Wu was stronger than him. He had swallowed almost all the evil dragon aura here. Not only had his body improved, but his sacred soul had also improved by a lot. With his current battle strength, it was easy to kill a half-step saint. Whether he could fight a first-level star rune realm expert or not would only be known after the battle. Yang Wu stood up. His figure was a little taller than before. His whole person seemed to be more upright. Moreover, his whole body was releasing a dignified aura. He was like an emperor of the human world, and his dragon aura was oppressive. Yang Wu clenched his fist and waved it at a huge rock. He didn't see how much force he used, but the rock exploded into powder. Its destructive power was extremely shocking. "I've become a lot stronger," Yang Wu murmured with great satisfaction. Half a year of tempering his body with the dragon aura had tortured him to the point that he wished he was dead. It had also continuously pushed his limits. He had endured that kind of inhumane torture, and there were a few times when he felt like he was going to die. In the end, he had forcefully endured it. Now, the bitterness had finally ended and the sweetness had arrived. He did not come out of the dragon demonic pool. The dragon demonic aura here was extremely thin, and he could see everything in this deep pool. He looked towards a hidden corner and walked towards it step by step. He came to the spot and kicked away the rocks there. There was nothing special. He squatted down and used his hands to push away the dust. Finally, something appeared in front of him. It was something that looked like a rope. After the dust was pushed away, waves of blue light shone through. He could not help but exclaim, "Could this be a dragon's whisker?" He picked up the thing and pulled it hard. It was not torn apart and was incomparably tough. He then threw it in another direction with force. A terrifying dragon chi was released, drawing a long crack on the ground. Its power was incomparably shocking. At this time, Yang Taiha came to the edge of the dragon demonic pool and said, "This is indeed a dragon's whisker. You're really lucky." "Little ancestor, is this really a dragon's whisker?" Yang Wu asked. "That's right. It's a dragon's whisker, and its level is not low. It can be refined into a holy dragon rope or holy dragon whip. It's definitely a powerful weapon." Yang Taiha said, "Then this is for you." Yang Wu handed the dragon's whisker to Yang Taiha. Yang Taiha took the dragon's whisker and stroked it gently. He then swung a few times. A few cracks appeared in the sky. The power was indeed shocking. He asked Yang Wu, "Do you know the price of this dragon's whisker?" Yang Wu muttered, "It can be exchanged for at least 5 second tribulation holy pills. 10 third tribulation holy pills are priceless." Yang Taiha gave the answer and then threw the dragon's whisker back to Yang Wu. He continued, "Every part of the dragon clan is incomparably precious. This dragon's whisker can be made into a top-notch holy weapon, and it's far better than ordinary top-notch holy weapons. If the Flood Dragon clan knows about this dragon's whisker, they're willing to pay a higher price in exchange." Yang Wu suddenly understood. He said carefully, "You can take this dragon's whisker. I can't use it." Yang Taiha waved his hand and said, "This is not her dragon's whisker. It's a relic left behind by the dragon's corpse that was originally buried in this dragon tomb." "I see. Then I'll look around again. There should be some dragon's remains here." Yang Wu responded. He no longer had any worries and searched for the dragon's remains in the dragon demonic pool. Yang Wu had refined a sacred dragon body and was extremely sensitive to dragon's remains. That was why he could sense the existence of the dragon's whisker. He could also feel that there were still some dragon's remains here. Yang Taiha had a half-dragon sacred body, so he was not as sensitive as Yang Wu in this regard. Moreover, he had the dragon scale in his arms. He would definitely not use the dragon's remains. Yang Wu searched for half a day and dug out many dragon's remains from the dragon demonic pool. There were 2 dragon bones, a few portions of solidified dragon blood, a few pieces of broken dragon scales, and a few stalks of dragon demonic grass. Each of these dragon's remains was a holy object. As Yang Taiha had said, they were priceless items for any race that wanted to become a dragon. "This time, I have a chance to become a true dragon." Yang Wu muttered to himself in satisfaction. After a pause, he said, "I can also give a portion to the clan leader's mount. Perhaps it can become a demon saint. That's all that's left. Those bastards are really bandits." Yang Wu sensed a few times. After confirming that there was nothing else left, he walked out of the dragon demonic pool. He did not forget to complain about those fellows who had taken the dragon's corpse from the dragon's grave. This was a place that had been searched thoroughly by the saints. He had already gained a lot by being able to find so many remains. However, he was still not satisfied. His appetite was not small. The Dragon Phoenix ranking should be starting soon. We should go out. Otherwise, it would be bad if we miss such a grand event, Yang Taiha said to Yang Wu. "Okay, then let's go out. I can't wait to compete with those fellows. I hope they don't disappoint me," Yang Wu said with high fighting spirit. "Don't forget about the assassination last time. Don't be arrogant," Yang Taiha reminded him. Yang Wu was instantly filled with hostility. He said faintly, "This time, I will definitely kill everyone from the Xing family who participated in the Battle of the Dragon Phoenix. It's good to have confidence, but remember not to be careless. You are a top Saint Elder of the Alchemist Alliance and a young clan leader of the Yang family. You have a noble status. You cannot easily take risks." Yang Taiha patiently said, "Let's go. When we return, we will ask Jing Hai for the Heavenly Dragon Jade token he left behind. He is the only one left in the clan." "Little ancestor, I have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Leave it to someone else," Yang Wu replied. "When did you have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token? Did Jing Hai give it to you?" Yang Taiha asked in surprise. There is a limited number of Heavenly Dragon Jade tokens. They were distributed among the various large factions. Only a small portion was outside. In the last battle of the Dragon Phoenix ranking, only Yang Jinghai made it to the top 1,000. Therefore, he was the only one in the Yang family who left behind a Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Yang Wu took out the Heavenly Dragon Jade token and said, "I got this from the Hung Mountain sect." Thus, he simply explained how he got the Heavenly Dragon Jade token to Yang Taiha. Yang Taiha couldn't help but laugh and said, "You really are a troublemaker. The Hung Mountain sect probably wants to kill you. Isn't that so?" Fortunately, the Hung Mountain sect leader is open-minded and didn't force me to stay. That's because they treat you as half a son-in-law. You can't treat their daughter badly in the future. I know. We should go out." Yang Taiha, Yang Wu, and Miao Miao left together. No one would come to this small space in the future. This was a sad place for Yang Taiha. He didn't want to come back here and add to his sorrow. They didn't dare to stay in Gravesplit City and directly return to the Yang family city. Yang Wu was one of the top 1,000 people on the bounty list. His every move was watched by others. Fortunately, Miao 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 activated the divine sound for him and shocked many people. However, it didn't mean that no one would take the risk. Yang Taiha didn't dare to be careless. He would deal with everything after returning to the Yang family. Yang Wu also didn't dare to be willful. He followed Yang Taiha back to the Yang family. When they returned to the Yang family, Yang Jinghai couldn't wait to call for an elder meeting to discuss the Heavenly Dragon ranking and Heavenly Phoenix ranking. The Yang family only had one Heavenly Dragon Jade token. However, the Yang family also had many prodigies. They had to find more Heavenly Dragon Jade tokens and Heavenly Phoenix Jade tokens. They had to make a decision on this matter. In fact, they had already discussed this matter 8 months ago. They had already sent people to search for the whereabouts of the Heavenly Dragon Jade Plate and the Heavenly Phoenix Jade Plate. Moreover, they had already made some progress. Now, Yang Wu had returned at the right time. In the main hall, Yang Taiha and Yang Wu sat in the main seats. Yang Jinghai wanted to invite Yang Taiha to sit in the main seat, but he was rejected by Yang Taiha. Yang Taiha didn't care about the specific matters of the Yang family. Everything was handled by Yang Jinghai. He would only participate when he was needed. When everyone was present, Yang Jinghai said, "In the last Heavenly Dragon ranking, I left behind a Heavenly Dragon Jade token. There's only one. I plan to give it to Young Clan leader Yang Wu. Does anyone have any objections?" Recently, many people had their eyes on the Heavenly Dragon Jade tablet in his hands. There were already a few holy elders who wanted to ask for it, but he had never announced who he would give it to. Today, when Yang Wu returned, he said it in public. Yang Wu's prestige was unquestionable. He was indeed qualified to have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. However, it didn't mean that everyone thought so. Before Yang Wu could speak, someone jumped out and said, "Clan leader, you're too biased." This was a holy elder of the Azure lineage. He had a head full of white hair, and his old face was filled with wrinkles. He looked very old. This holy elder had no choice but to take charge of the Azure lineage after the previous clan leader retired. His strength was quite good, reaching the 6th level of the Star Rune realm. His name was Yang Mantang. After Yang Mantang spoke, another holy elder of the Azure lineage said, "That's right, clan leader. We can't do this. He's an alchemist, not a martial genius." Chapter 972. Yang Wu was the young patriarch. Regardless of whether it was the Black Tortoise lineage or the Azure lineage, they had long had no objections. Yang Wu was a top-notch sage apothecary. It was easy for him to establish his own faction. He never owed the Yang family anything. Only the Yang family owed him. Yang Wu's identity as a Sin's blood had long been ignored by the clansmen. However, the Dragon Phoenix list competition this time was of great significance. It was a major event that involved breaking through to the astral pattern realm. All the sage elders were thinking for their successors or descendants. There was only one heavenly dragon jade token. They were unwilling to let Yang Wu obtain it just like that. Yang Wu was indeed a top-notch sage apothecary, but his strength was still far from it. Even though Yang Wu had once ascended to the 12th level of the god of War Pagoda, they still didn't think much of him. At least, that was what they thought. After all, the dragon transformation realm wasn't child's play. It had to be those prodigies who had been in the dragon transformation realm for many years to participate. Only then could they obtain a higher ranking and obtain the opportunity to become a sage. Yang Jinghai had participated in the Dragon Phoenix competition 50 years ago and had only broken through to the astral pattern realm after 50 years. It was clear how difficult this hurdle was. Yang Jinghai was still very young. He was only a little over 100 years old. Other than the Azure lineage's compromise, there was another important reason why he could become the clan head. He was the only person in the Yang family who could obtain the top 1,000 on the Heavenly Dragon list. No one else could compare to him. Now that Yang Wu had become the Yang clan head, he had blocked the path of many young people to become the Yang clan head. If they didn't even let others bask in the glory of the Dragon Phoenix competition, it would be too unfair. This was also the reason why the Azure lineage had responded so strongly to Yang Jinghai. Clan head. Although the young clan head has contributed greatly to our clan, he has only reached the dragon transformation realm for a short period of time. The Heavenly Dragon Jade token should be given to the most outstanding child. A clan elder from the Black Tortoise lineage couldn't help but speak up. This elder had a pretty good descendant who was also qualified to participate in the Heavenly Dragon ranking contest. He did not wish for Yang Wu to take away his only qualification. Holy Elder Yang Liushi said softly, "Young clan head's talent is so outstanding. He ascended to the 12th level of the god of War Pagoda and is the first young person in 10,000 years to reach the top of the pagoda. His future is limitless, and I believe he will be able to shine in the Heavenly Dragon role. In the future, he will also become a pillar of support for our Yang clan. Furthermore, he is a saint apothecary and has contributed so much to the clan. What's wrong with him obtaining a Heavenly Dragon Jade token? Even 10 wouldn't be a problem. His contribution isn't something any of us here can compare to." Another clan elder said, "That's right. Young clan leader is young and promising. He should get the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. It's not impossible for others to participate. They can fight for it themselves. Besides, we found a Heavenly Phoenix Jade token in our territory. It won't be hard to get it." In an instant, the main hall was divided into two factions and they confronted each other. Some people didn't want Yang Wu to take away this one and only opportunity, but some people also approved of Yang Wu getting this opportunity. If even a young clan head didn't have the right to participate in the Dragon Phoenix battle, then this young clan head would be too unpresentable. Seeing that the dispute was at a stalemate, someone suggested a martial arts competition to determine the winner. Whoever won first place would get the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. This suggestion was supported by the middle-of-the-road faction. These people didn't want to help either side and didn't want to offend either side. Yang Jinghai's expression was extremely ugly. He knew that Yang Wu's combat strength was very strong. He had an atavistic bloodline and definitely couldn't be measured by the surface realm. However, these people in front of him only cared about their own selfish interests. It really made him angry. Yang Wu had brought so many benefits to the Yang clan and raised the prestige of the entire clan. Just the alliance with the Dan clan, Hung Mountain School, Sun clan, and other forces was definitely not something that anyone present could do. Also, those pills, who could provide them? Weren't they refined by Yang Wu without sleep and rest? Moreover, With Yang Wu's status as a peak holy elder, the medicinal herbs he bought at the Alchemist Union were all discounted. Otherwise, how could they buy so many medicinal herbs with their few holy stones? These people couldn't see Yang Wu's contribution. They were all blind. Before Yang Jinghai could scold these people, Yang Wu said, "I don't need the heavenly dragon jade token." Yang Wu, don't be angry. This jade token belongs to you. Yang Jinghai made the final decision. Following that, he looked at the elders and shouted, "Which of your descendants can ascend to the 12th level of the God of War Pagoda?" You all know what the God of War Pagoda means, right? It means that Yang Wu has an atavistic bloodline and has boundless potential. His combat strength far surpasses his peers. Also, do you want me to repeat all the things he has done for the clan? Just a heavenly dragon jade token is enough for you to fall out with him. Aren't you afraid that Yang Wu and those who have contributed greatly to the clan will be disappointed? Clan leader, that's not right. We don't deny Yang Wu's potential and contributions, but he is still young after all. It won't be easy for him to get a good ranking on the Heavenly Dragon list. He will still have a chance in the next batch, Yang Mantang said faintly. Yang Mantang said faintly. After pausing for a moment, he continued, "Everyone knows that this old man's good-for-nothing junior, Yang Tianlin. He originally had the opportunity to participate in the last tournament, but he insisted on participating in this tournament. Why did he do that? It's because he wants to fight for the clan's honor. He is almost 100 years old and has reached the peak of the dragon transformation realm. With his battle chi, he will definitely be able to get into the top 1,000. If everyone feels that he is inferior to Yang Wu, I have nothing to say." Yang Tianlin was the Azure lineage's Qilin child. When he was born, there was a phenomenon. He was exceptionally talented and was once considered to be the successor of the Yang clan's clan leader. It was only because he was younger than Yang Jinghai that he did not obtain the Heavenly Dragon Jade token during the previous batch of the Heavenly Dragon list. Hence, he did not participate in the Heavenly Dragon list. At that time, many people in the Yang clan felt that it was a pity for him and felt that he should have participated. However, there was only one Heavenly Dragon Jade token. In the end, he did not compete with Yang Jinghai and gave it to him. He even announced that he would be able to get into the top 100 of the Heavenly Dragon list in this batch. In order to wait for this batch of the Heavenly Dragon list, he had waited for a total of 50 years. In these 50 years, he had been training hard. The outside forces did not know of his existence, but the upper echelons of the Yang clan knew that Yang Tianlin had potential that was not inferior to Yang Jinghai's. He might even be slightly better. If it was not for Yang Wu, the Heavenly Dragon Jade token would definitely fall into the hands of Yang Tianlin. The others were weaker than him by a level. Patriarch, Tianlin did not compete with you in the previous batch. If he does not participate in this batch, he will be very disappointed. Another sage elder from the Azure lineage said. The others did not speak anymore. They sympathized with Yang Tianlin. However, Yang Wu's contributions were right there. There was no need to talk about his potential. Giving it to anyone would only disappoint the other person. It was a very difficult choice. Yang Wu finally had the chance to speak again. He said faintly, "Everyone, don't be troubled. I already have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Patriarch, you can give it to whoever you want. This young master has no use for it." Yang Wu's words were so quiet that a pin drop could be heard. Instantly, the entire place was silent. Everyone looked at Yang Wu, their eyes filled with disbelief. The Heavenly Dragon Jade token and the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token were incomparably precious at this time. The Yang clan only had one, and it was very scarce. Yang Wu actually said that he also had one. Was their argument just now a big joke? Yang Taiha had been resting with his eyes closed. He did not care about the clan's matters at all. A few thousand years ago, he had already experienced this kind of boring meeting. Yang Jinghai asked Yang Wu, "Yang Wu, you really have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token? Is it like this?" Yang Wu raised his hand. A dragon-shaped jade token appeared in his hand. Wasn't it the Heavenly Dragon Jade token? Good lad. Seems like this patriarch worried for nothing. After Yang Jinghai saw Yang Wu's Heavenly Dragon Jade token, he was completely relieved. He then said to the other clan members, just like what we said just now, the martial art competition will determine who gets the Heavenly Dragon Jade token in this patriarch's hands. Do you have any objections? How could the people present have any objections? Just now, not only did they offend the patriarch, they even offended Yang Wu. In the future, it would be difficult for them to obtain pills. Some of them were already regretting it. An elder apologized to Yang Wu on the spot. Patriarch, young patriarch, what I said just now is also for the sake of the clan. I did not have any selfish motives. That's right, patriarch. We don't have any selfish motives. Since young patriarch has the Heavenly Dragon Jade token, everyone is happy. Young patriarch is a genius. He will definitely be able to shine on the Heavenly Dragon list. Some of the flatterers started to change sides. They even said good things. Their faces changed so quickly that it was impossible for people to not be convinced. Young Mantang opened his mouth again and said, Patriarch, take out your Heavenly Dragon Jade token and let us take a look. What? Does Mantang think that this patriarch privately gave it to young patriarch? Yang Jinghai frowned and said. Then he took out his Heavenly Dragon Jade token and said in a deep voice, if you want the Heavenly Dragon Jade token, then rely on your own abilities. Next, let's discuss how to fight for the other Heavenly Dragon Jade tokens and Heavenly Phoenix Jade tokens. After Yang Mantang saw the Heavenly Dragon Jade token in Yang Jinghai's hand, he did not say anything else. As for how Yang Wu obtained his token, he had no right to ask. Moreover, Yang Taiho was sitting here. If he went overboard, he would definitely be taught a lesson. After some discussion, the Yang clan held a martial arts competition to determine who could obtain the Heavenly Dragon Jade token in Yang Jinghai's hands. In addition, they would also send people to seize the other Jade tokens. In a second-rate force of the Yang clan, someone had obtained a Heavenly Phoenix Jade token. They had to obtain that Jade token as soon as possible. Yang Wu originally thought that he had nothing to do with it. Who knew that Yang Jinghai actually wanted to send him to that second-rate force to obtain that Heavenly Phoenix Jade token? Patriarch, I suitable to do this? Yang Wu asked Yang Jinghai. You are our Yang clan's young patriarch. Moreover, this matter must be done by you. Yang Jinghai said with certainty. Why is that? Yang Wu asked back. They seem to want to use pills to exchange for it. Moreover, they have something to discuss with you. Since they are people under our Yang clan, why don't they voluntarily offer it up? Although our clan is improving now, there are still some people who are not optimistic. I'll have to trouble you. Chapter 973. The Yang clan held a Dragon Transformation Realm martial arts competition under the age of 100. Whoever won first place would receive the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Everyone in the Yang clan was extremely excited. They hadn't held such a grand event in a long time. As a battle clan, the Yang clan had warlike blood flowing in their veins. The martial arts competition could stimulate their warlike side and motivate them to become stronger. In the Yang clan, the strongest Dragon Transformation Realm martial artist under the age of 100 used to be Yang Jinghai. After he broke through to the Star Rune realm, he gave up his position. The one who replaced him was Yang Tianlin of the Azure clan, a Qilin's son. Last time, he had the opportunity to participate in the Battle of the Dragon Phoenix, but in the end, he gave it to Yang Jinghai. The main reason was that Yang Jinghai was older than him and his realm was higher. If they really fought, he might not be Yang Jinghai's opponent. This time, he had been waiting for a long time. It was time for him to amaze the world. Other than Yang Tianlin, there were two other people worth paying attention to. One was Yang Yifan, who was the same age as Yang Tianlin. He belonged to the Black Tortoise clan. He had just retired from the battle realm and had been fighting in the Black Tortoise army for 30 years. He was not willing to let Yang Tianlin shine alone. The other person was a woman called Yang Manfan. She did have a charming face and a devilish figure. She was known as the #1 beauty of the Yang clan. She was younger than the other two, but her cultivation talent was not low. She also participated in the martial arts competition. She was not fighting for the Heavenly Dragon Jade token, but for the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token found by the Yang clan. There were also some other young people who were not weak. Several of them had reached the advanced Dragon Transformation realm, and their talent was not low. The martial arts competition began today. Yang Wu did not want to watch, but Yang Jinghai forced him to sit in the front row and beside him. Yang Wu, I know your battle strength is not bad, but our Yang clan is not weak either. They also represent a part of the strength of this battle of the Dragon Phoenix. As the saying goes, know yourself and know your enemy, and you will win 100 battles. Yang Jinghai said earnestly. Yang Wu felt that what Yang Jinghai said made sense, so he sat with him in the front row to watch the fight. Due to the age and strength restrictions, there weren't many people in the Yang family who met the requirements. There were less than 100 people, and the strength of these 100 people ranged from the elementary dragon transformation realm to the peak dragon transformation realm. Most of them were in the elementary and intermediate stages, and there were relatively few in the advanced and peak dragon transformation realm. Many of the martial artists who participated in the martial arts competition only wanted to test their own fighting strength. They did not expect to obtain the only heavenly dragon jade plate. The martial arts competition this time was not a one-on-one competition. Instead, it was divided into 10 rounds. Each round had 10 people fighting in a free-for-all. In each round, only one winner would remain. In the end, the 10 people would fight again in a free-for-all to decide who would obtain the heavenly dragon jade plate. Such a chaotic battle was like a great wave washing away the sand. Whoever remained in the end would be the brightest pearl. Yang Wu felt that this arrangement was rather novel. This was the first time he had encountered such a battle arrangement. There were many clansmen watching from the martial arts field. Young and old, anyone could watch. This place was protected by a sacred array, so the spectators would not be hurt by the power of the battle. After Yang Jinghai announced the start of the martial arts competition, the 10 Dragon Transformation Realm warriors went up the stage at the same time. Streams of dragon chi soared into the sky, forming an extremely majestic aura. The clansmen cheered. Yang Babeo, you can do it. You're the strongest one. Yang Jinzheng, fight well. Don't lose too badly. Mother can't afford to lose face. Nuan, don't go easy on those guys. Kick them in the balls. The Yang family members showed their incomparably valiant side. The spectators, regardless of their age, were all swearing. They were all very excited. The battle instantly began. Streams of powerful celestial chi exploded wildly in the martial arts field. The large martial artists could only see the celestial chi crisscrossing endlessly. Blue and green colors intersected. Those with poor eyesight could not see how the 10 of them fought. Only those in the dragon transformation realm could catch their movements. The strong ones were quickly finishing off the weak ones. Only after clearing them out could they let loose and decide who was the strongest. Yang Wu could feel that these people were not weak. The black tortoise battle chi and the azure battle chi were both extraordinary. They had raised their battle prowess and were not comparable to warriors of the same level. Those who were called the battle clan all had their own pride in their battle chi. The Yang family's black tortoise battle chi was once famous in the transcendent world. Although it had declined, it was still not to be underestimated. After Yang Wu rearranged the ancestral blood pool and activated the ancestral spirit, he further stimulated the bloodline power of the clansmen. These clansmen had benefited greatly. The first round of battle ended very quickly. A high-ranking Dragon Transformation Realm clansman obtained the final victory and received the clansmen's cheers and applause. The second round began. Yang Wu watched seriously and observed their battles. He was also thinking about how he would fight with them. His battle soul could split, so it was not a big deal for him to do two things at once. Through verification, he found that these people in front of him had many flaws. However, there were also areas where they stood out. Many of them had comprehended spear intent. If their comprehension was outstanding, they would be able to cultivate their own way of a spear in the future. When it came to the third round, a seated warrior, Yang Yifan, finally appeared. He was a very flirtatious person. His hair covered half of his face, and he revealed an incomparably arrogant expression. He said, "The 9 of you can come at me together. Don't waste my time." Yang Yifan was a fellow who had stayed in the Black Tortoise Army for 30 years. His strength was completely earned through hard work. He had a very solid foundation. The aura he emitted swept out in all directions. A mighty black tortoise spirit appeared. Being able to reach this step proved that his bloodline talent was very powerful. He had also entered the peak dragon transformation realm not long ago. Even if he faced a half-saint, he would not be afraid. It was no wonder he had such confidence. The other 9 people were not polite to Yang Yifan. They joined forces to attack him. Yang Yifan condensed the black tortoise armor. Its strong defensive power blocked these attacks. With an unstoppable force, he picked the 9 people present out of the martial arts field. Each of them was covered in blood. It was really impossible to guard against his fast moves. You are too weak. With this little strength, you would have been devoured by the Devil Clan in the world of battles. Yang Yifan shook his hair and said proudly. Obviously, he did not put the 9 people in front of him in his eyes. The 9 people felt very ashamed, but there was nothing they could do. Their skills were not as good as his, so they could only accept the reality. In addition to Yang Yifan, there were 1 or 2 people who could be remembered by Yang Wu. They all had their own advantages in battle. They were definitely the best among the same level. They also had the ability to fight above their level. When it came to the 6th round, a very popular woman appeared. "Manfan, come on, we love you." "Manfan, you have to protect yourself. Don't be hurt by them. You rough men, remember not to use too much force. Manfan is still a girl. She can't stand your crazy attacks. Manfan is still so beautiful. Whoever marries her will be blessed." A very sexy woman, swaying her waist, stepped into the martial arts field step by step. She was wearing a tight martial suit, which outlined her devilish figure. She was fierce when she should be fierce, and thin when she should be thin. The combination was just right. Perhaps her face was not as stunning as Ziyu Yue's, nor was her figure as fiery as Shu Yujun's. However, she had an extremely enchanting temperament. Her pair of eyes that could speak words flickered with a charming radiance. Her delicate temperament was truly pitiful. This was a natural foxy woman. No wonder the young people in the clan were fascinated by her. Yang Manfan, a woman with the nickname Heartthrob, was the most promising woman in the Yang family to compete for the Heavenly Phoenix list. Yang Manfan waved to the clan members with a charming smile to express her gratitude, which caused an uproar. The women in the clan couldn't stand her appearance. Some people were cursing in a low voice, but unfortunately, they couldn't change her charm. When Yang Wu first saw Yang Manfan, he was also attracted by her charm. He couldn't help but praise in his heart. What an enchanting woman. Her clothes weren't that revealing, but the parts that were faintly discernible made it easier for people's blood vessels to boil. Manfan is a good child. Don't be fooled by her attractive appearance. In fact, she has always been clean and honest. Yang Jinghai's voice sounded in Yang Wu's ears. Pretty good. Yang Wu came back to his senses and replied. I watch her grow up. Back then, she was a crybaby. Now, she has become a heartthrob. It really makes people sigh. Yang Jinghai sighed softly. After a pause, he asked Yang Wu, Yang Wu, you're old and young now. Manfan is a good child. Why don't you take her in? Don't let the goodies flow into the fields of outsiders. Yang Wu had just taken a sip of tea. After hearing this, he almost spat it out. He said with an embarrassed expression, Clan leader, this joke isn't funny at all. Who's joking with you? I'm serious. Manfan's background isn't good. Her parents died early. Fortunately, her talent isn't bad. She didn't disappoint the clan's nurturing of her. She grew up very well. Moreover, the sacred elder determined that she has the pulse-replenishing body. So, she can only marry into the clan and not outside. Yang Jinghai said seriously. What is the pulse-replenishing body? Yang Wu asked curiously. The pulse-replenishing body is the best body to continue the bloodline. The children born in the future will have their bloodline greatly increased. There is even a possibility of atavism. So, the clan has already set a rule for her. She can't fall in love with people outside the clan. Yang Jinghai explained. Is this really okay? Yang Wu asked sympathetically for the beautiful figure on the field. In these large clans, it wasn't rare for people of the same clan to marry. As long as the bloodline was separated by 3 or 5 generations, there was no problem at all. If the bloodline was too close, they wouldn't do anything against human relations. There's nothing wrong with it. In order for the clan to rise, it's not a big deal for her to make some sacrifices. Besides, our Yang clan sons aren't any worse than the geniuses outside. Aren't you the best example? Chapter 974. Aside from her charming appearance, Yang Mammy was also very strong. She had reached the peak of the dragon transformation realm. She was like a beautiful butterfly among the flowers, shuttling through the battlefield. One by one, her opponents fell to the ground. "Mammy, I love you. Mammy, I love you." After Yang Mammy won, the cheers of the clan grew louder and louder. It felt like her popularity was even higher than Yang Jinghai's. After Yang Mammy won, her eyes could not help but look towards Yang Wu's position. It was unknown if it was intentional or not, but Yang Wu sensed her and playfully raised his eyebrows at her. Yang Jinghai smiled and said, "Looks like Mammy has made her choice." Yang Wu could only pretend that he did not hear it. Yang Mammy was indeed as charming as a fox spirit, but Yang Wu was not the kind of man who could not move when he saw a beautiful woman. He did not have so many dirty thoughts in his head. Yang Tianlin, who was publicly recognized as the strongest, only went up to the 10th floor. It was unknown if it was intentionally arranged by the clan, but when he went up, he immediately became the center of attention. Yang Tianlin looked to be in his early 20s. This proved that he had made great progress on the road of cultivation. Tom had not left any traces on his face. His appearance was not shockingly handsome, but it was very pleasing to the eye. He had an attractive, refined, and calm temperament. It was as if he would not panic no matter what happened. He held the mysterious scale spear in his hand and said with a smile, "Come at me together." His tone was calm, but filled with confidence. Yang Tianlin's attacks were not as explosive as Yang Yifan's, nor as elegant as Yang Mammy's. He only used one move after another, simple and effective attacks. None of the opponents on the field could withstand a single blow. They were all knocked off the stage, and no one bled. "Thank you for letting me win," Yang Tianlin said politely with cupped hands. This was a very well-behaved man. Tianlin knows how to endure. His battle strength is very strong. His attacks have reached the stage of returning to their original state. Who knows? He might have already found a martial path that belongs to him. Yang Jinghai evaluated. Then he added, "Fortunately, you obtained a Heavenly Dragon Jade token. This one will be held by Tianlin. He should be able to obtain some glory for our Yang family." "Yes, he is very strong." Yang Wu nodded. This Yang Tianlin could at least challenge a half-sage. It was no wonder that the sage elder was desperate to obtain the Heavenly Dragon Jade token for him. Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifan, and Yang Mammy were indeed the three most popular people. Their performance in the first round did not disappoint. In the second round, the 10 victors would engage in a great battle. The final victor would obtain the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Of these 10 people, other than Yang Mammy, there was also a woman from the Yang family. Her looks were ordinary, but she had an extraordinary heroic aura. Her strength had reached the high level of the dragon transformation realm, and her battle prowess was not ordinary. There were not many surprises in this battle. Yang Tianlin won the final victory. He was the one who had accumulated the most battle prowess, and his talent was indeed outstanding. He also had his own innate divine ability, which he relied on to defeat Yang Yifan. Yang Yifan's battle prowess was not inferior to Yang Tianlin's. If Yang Mammy joined forces with him, they would definitely be able to defeat Yang Tianlin. However, Yang Mammy did not compete with them. She only fought with another woman for a while. After defeating her opponent, she withdrew from the battlefield. Yang Wu finally witnessed the strength of the dragon transformation realm geniuses of the Yang family. He was actually a little disappointed. Although they all had some outstanding aspects, other than the ferocious aura he felt from Yang Yifan, the others did not have any astonishing sharpness. From this, it could be seen that they were too lacking in tempering. Yang Jinghai personally bestowed the Heavenly Dragon Jade token to Yang Tianlin and said seriously, "Tianlin, I hope you can enter the top 100 of the Heavenly Dragon ranking." Yang Tianlin smiled at Yang Jinghai and replied, Don't worry, it can't be worse than your previous title of Sea Dragon King. Then I can rest assured, Yang Jinghai said with satisfaction. Although the Black Tortoise bloodline and the Azure bloodline had some differences, the two of them still had a brotherly relationship. Afterward, Yang Jinghai announced that the top 10 could go out and search for the Heavenly Dragon Jade token and Heavenly Phoenix Jade token. Those who did not enter the top 10 could also go out, but he did not recommend it. They were too weak, and going out would be suicide. However, at this moment, Yang Wu opened his mouth to oppose Yang Jinghai's words, saying, "Clan leader, I suggest that regardless of whether it is the Dragon Transformation realm or the Heavenly Fish realm, as long as they are not over the age limit, they can go out and search for their own opportunities." Immediately, everyone present fell silent and looked at the young clan leader. They did not understand why he would oppose the clan leader's words. Could it be that he could not wait to ascend to the clan leader's position? Yang Jinghai naturally would not misunderstand Yang Wu. He asked, "Yang Wu, if you have anything to say, you can say it to everyone." He then said to the clansmen, "Young clan leader Yang Wu, you should all be familiar with him. Let him say a few words to everyone." Yang Wu had accepted the conferring ceremony of the Yang family, and a portion of the Yang family had seen him before. However, no one was too familiar with him. Yang Wu had only returned to the Yang family for a short period of time. Even if he had done many shocking things, the time he had spent in the Yang family was too little. Moreover, he had always rushed to the top of the Yang family. Yang Wu was the kind of person who was so outstanding that he did not have any friends. Yang Wu looked at the dense crowd and said, "Everyone, don't misunderstand that I'm stealing the clan leader's limelight. I just have some words that are in my heart. Whether it's good or not, don't mind it. After all, I'm still a child. Children's words carry no harm." Yang Wu's harmless joke caused the clansmen to laugh. "Young clan leader, you are my idol. I will definitely remember what you say. Young clan leader, your skin is really thick. You're clearly a handsome young man, but you actually call yourself a child. You don't know shame. Does young clan leader want to talk to us about the way of alchemy? We don't have talent in this area. Indeed, you're so outstanding and you're still a child. I've lived for so many years. Young clan leader, quickly say it. I can't wait any longer." Yang Wu rarely appeared in public, let alone speak in this kind of gathering. He did not know what kind of person he was in the hearts of the Yang family members. Today, he finally found out. He had accumulated a lot of popularity in the Yang family. The atmosphere that he caused was not any worse than Yang Monfon's. In fact, it was even more enthusiastic. This was an absolute suppression of strength. Yang Wu was still a bit excited. It seemed like everything that he had done was finally accepted by the clansmen. He pressed his palm down and said in a deep voice, "The Battle of the Dragon Phoenix list not only depends on one's strength, but also on one's opportunities. Whoever has a Jade token can enter the place where the Dragon Phoenix battle for supremacy is held. Before that, everyone has a chance. No matter how strong or weak you are, I think you should fight for it if you have a certain chance. If you have a good opportunity, you might be able to enter the place where the Dragon Phoenix battle for supremacy is held. Even if you don't have a good opportunity, you can still hone your strength, so there's no loss. Also, I feel that our clansmen's fighting spirit has been wiped out. Every one of you is like a weak woman. Where is the fierce fighting spirit of the Battle Clan? Back in the days, which one of our Yang family's ancestors didn't have a fighting spirit that soared to the heavens? They killed the Demon Clan until they were terrified. Now you're all weak. No wonder the Xing family repeatedly came to shit on our heads. It's because we've lost the heart to become strong and brave." Yang Wu said the words that were in his heart. It might be because he was influenced by the will of the Yang family's ancestors, but he really hoped that his clansmen could pull themselves together and become stronger. The scene was silent at first. Then, no one knew who said good first, but everyone was completely ignited. Young clan leader is right. We're too weak. We need to become stronger. Young clan leader, are you insulting us? We've worked very hard to cultivate. How can we be as weak as you say? Young clan leader, it's easy for you to say that. If you have the ability, why don't you show us how strong you are? Young clan leader's words are very pertinent. However, we're not as weak as you say. The Yang family's ancestors were so strong. In our generation, we've really embarrassed our ancestors. Yang Wu's words hurt the self-esteem of many people. Many people felt that he had gone overboard, but there were also some who felt that Yang Wu was right. In any case, the popularity that he had painstakingly accumulated started to dissipate again. No matter how good Yang Wu's alchemy skills were, he was just an alchemist. Why did he have to criticize others for being weak? That was what they thought. However, they had forgotten that Yang Wu had killed the Qing family's prodigy on the day of Yang Wu's coronation. They had also forgotten that Yang Wu had ascended to the 12th level of the god of War Pagoda. Yang Wu opened his mouth, wanting to continue speaking, but in the end, he closed his mouth. His words didn't sound nice, but they came from the bottom of his heart. Who knew that most of the clansmen wouldn't accept it? They felt that he had underestimated the situation. At that moment, Yang Jinghai said in a holy voice, "If any of you are unconvinced, you can challenge the Yang clan leader. I believe that he will use his actions to show everyone what the Yang family's black tortoise fighting spirit is." Yang Wu looked at Yang Jinghai. He hadn't expected that the other party would actually put him on the fire to roast. However, after thinking about it, this seemed to be the best way to awaken a clansman. Yang Wu turned around and said to Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifun, Yang Manmi, and the rest, "All of you come at me together. I'll teach you how to fight." Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifun, Yang Manmi, and the rest were all stunned. They were all very proud people with strong combat abilities. Even a half-sage wouldn't dare to speak to them like this. Yang Wu actually wanted to teach them how to fight. Were they sure they hadn't heard wrongly? They were all descendants of sages. Yang Wu's words were too arrogant. Yang Jinghai ordered, "All of you come at me together. Yang Wu has a Sky Dragon Jade token. If you can win, I'll make the decision to make him hand over that Sky Dragon Jade token." As soon as he said that, someone attacked Yang Wu. Chapter 975. Yang Wu was really not someone who liked to be in the limelight. Most of the time, he was in the limelight because he was forced to do so. For example, he had no choice but to take on 10 people at the family's training ground. He was a young patriarch, so everyone gave him some face. However, no one felt that his battle prowess could suppress the dragon transformation realm prodigies, especially peerless monsters like Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifun, and Yang Mami. Originally, these 10 people didn't take Yang Wu's arrogance to heart, who asked him to be the young clan head and also a top-notch saint alchemist. This face still had to be given, and they couldn't let him down. But when Yang Jinghai said that he had a heavenly dragon jade tablet, everyone present disregarded everything and attacked. Yang Chenlong, who had gone to the god of War Pagoda with Yang Wu, shouted and took the initiative to attack Yang Wu. "Young patriarch, please forgive me for overestimating myself." After coming out of the god of War Pagoda, he had reached the mid-level dragon transformation realm. After training for more than a year, he had broken through to the high-level dragon transformation realm. He was one of the 10 people who had achieved this. His battle prowess was very strong, especially when his bloodline power had reached the black tortoise spirit stage. His strength had increased tremendously. He could fight with any top-notch dragon transformation realm cultivator and even win. He raised his spear and attacked Yang Wu. His speed was very fast, and he had no intention of showing any mercy. His spear was like a dragon, aiming for Yang Wu's vital points. The spear intent condensed from the spear was filled with dense destructive power. Yang Chenlong had gone to the god of War Pagoda with Yang Wu. After seeing Yang Wu's battle prowess that could not be judged by common sense, he had long wanted to see how powerful Yang Wu had become after coming out of the god of War Pagoda. It was rumored that he had killed a few peak minor saints and even half-step saints in the War God City. Many people had witnessed this with their own eyes. However, most of the people in the Yang family were still in a state of half-believing and half-doubting. Therefore, he decided to test whether Yang Wu's cultivation had been delayed because of the concoction of medicine. Everyone was waiting to see how Yang Wu would respond. They wanted to know if Yang Wu was really as omnipotent as the rumors said. Before they could react, they saw Yang Chenlong's body flying back. Blood splattered in the air. It was a ghastly sight. Yang Wu didn't seem to have moved at all. He looked at Yang Chenlong, who had been sent flying by his kick, and said, he doesn't have any murderous intent. Such a person will definitely die if he participates in the battle between the dragon and the phoenix. Everyone was stunned. They didn't know how Yang Wu did it. Yang Qianlong was defeated just like that. In the battle between the dragon and the phoenix, life and death are determined by fate. You can attack Yang Wu with all your strength. Even if you seriously injure him, I have no objections. Yang Jinghai instructed and retreated from the martial arts field. At this moment, the other 9 people all looked at Yang Wu with solemn expressions. Only then did they realize that this young master had grown to an extremely terrifying level. Could a top-notch saint alchemist be able to refine a saint pill without matching strength? Yang Tonlin lightly wiped his profound scale spear and said with a light smile, "I'll experience the young master's skills. Count me in," Yang Yifan said as he licked his thick lips. "I'll also try. Young master, you have to take pity on me," Yang Manmiao said as she gently twisted her waist. Several other people also formed a circle around Yang Wu and were ready to attack together. "You guys can attack as much as you want. Remember, you only have one chance to attack. Don't hold back, or else you'll be miserable," Yang Wu calmly reminded them. Even if it was him 8 months ago, he still had the qualifications to speak to these people in front of him like this. He had this kind of confidence. "Even if you're the young master, you can't underestimate us. Eat my spear," another high-level dragon transformation realm martial artist shouted as he became one with his spear, exploding with his strongest move, reverse dragon soars to the heavens. This was the last move of the Yang family spear technique. Everyone used it differently, and the changes it contained were also completely different. This person had already cultivated the spear intent. After becoming one with his spear, the power he exploded with was very strong. With the support of his war blood, he was like a true dragon as he pounced at Yang Wu with a roar. The other 3 people moved at the same time. They knew that Yang Wu was not to be trifled with and did not want to give Yang Wu any chances. They had to defeat this shameless young master. Black Tortoise Tyrant Fist, Azure Sword, Vortex Innate Skill. 2 of them exploded with their ultimate moves, and one of them used his innate ability. 3 completely different attacks enveloped Yang Wu. The terrifying power was enough to kill a top-level dragon transformation realm martial artist. Even a peak dragon transformation realm martial artist might not be able to withstand it. Black Tortoise Battle Chi and Azure Battle Chi were not powers to be trifled with. They both had the ability to increase one's battle strength. This was the terrifying part of the battle clan. Each of them had the ability to fight above their level. When their cultivation level was very high, who would dare to provoke them? A black tortoise charged forward, carrying a thick fist intent. There was a sword intent that cut through the blue sky, tearing it apart. There was an innate ability that formed a huge whirlpool. Mass after mass of suction force made people unable to extricate themselves and could even twist people into a pool of blood. A total of 4 top-level prodigies of the Yang clan attacked. The training field was covered by this power, and it was very difficult to see the exact situation. Only those with extremely sharp eyesight could see the battle clearly. Meow Meow watched the battle from below and could not help but laugh. This little bit of power is not even enough to tickle the boss. Rumble, rumble. When the power exploded, everyone became nervous. They were afraid that these people would work together to destroy Yang Wu. However, before the power dissipated, figures were shot out one after another. Pooh! Pooh! For figures were sent flying out of the training field. One of them had been punched in the chest, and his sternum was broken. Blood flowed out continuously. Another had one of his arms dislocated, and his body slid out of the ground. Another bounced out like a shrimp, almost crashing into the crowd. Another rolled out like a rubber ball. Everyone's posture was different, and everyone was stunned. When the power of the attacks dissipated, Yang Wu stood in the training field unscathed. He clapped his hands as if he had done something insignificant and said indifferently, "Can't even withstand a single blow. They're all pretty but useless. With this kind of strength, you're the strongest dragon transformation realm warrior in our clan within 100 years of age? Too disappointing." Yang Wu had fought with the geniuses of the various worlds in the transcendent world, as well as some powerful dragon transformation realm experts. Which one of them wasn't heaven-defying? Which one of them wasn't experienced in battle? When they fought, their ferocity was extraordinary. This could be seen from their essence, energy, and spirit. And the people of the Yang clan before him, although they all looked very strong, in reality, they lacked battle experience. They did not have that kind of ferocity, nor did they have that kind of indomitable aura. What was the use of just having a fighting spirit? Yang Wu's words were very hurtful. There were still 5 people on the field who glared at Yang Wu. They were not convinced by Yang Wu's words. Young clan head, your words are too much, Yang Tianlin said faintly. Young clan head, I've heard of you. In the Black Tortoise Army, there's a guy called Yang Ba who admires you very much. That guy was originally going to come back, but he was forced to stay by the commander. You are indeed as strong as he said. I want to fight you one-on-one. Yang Yifan said, with an extremely excited expression. His battle with Yang Tianlin hadn't been able to enjoy himself to the fullest. His greatest strength lay in killing, not in a competition. He had lost to Yang Tianlin only because if he had gone all out and fought with his opponent might have been killed by him. He didn't want to kill each other, which was why he had lost to Yang Tianlin by a single move. Yang Mammy let out a tinkling laugh and said, Young clan head, you're very manly. I wonder what realm you're at. If you suppress them with a higher realm, they won't necessarily be afraid of you. The other 2 did not say anything. They were in a state of meditation. They had to be in their strongest state to attack Yang Wu. What's the point of talking so much nonsense? This young master will teach you what a real battle is. Hurry up and come at me. Before Yang Wu defeated them, he did not want to expose them for the time being. Yang Tianlin and Yang Yifan were both arrogant people. Neither of them was willing to make the first move. They both wanted to fight one-on-one with Yang Wu, so the others did not make the first move. Yang Wu's lips curled into a cold smile as he said, If you don't come, then I will. In the next moment, only an afterimage was left behind. Yang Wu's real body had already appeared beside the ordinary-looking girl. He kicked out with a wind god's leg, and the girl did not even have a chance to react. Her body was sent flying out of the training field. At almost the same time, Yang Wu appeared beside another peak dragon transformation realm cultivator. His elbow viciously slammed into the other's chest, causing blood to spurt out. The other was sent flying far away, unable to crawl back up. Kill! Yang Yifan could no longer hold back. After letting out a roar, a thick, murderous aura was released from his body. The long spear in his hand stabbed out furiously. Other than the spear intent, there was also an aura of killing gods and demons. This was Yang Yifan's self-created demon slayer style. Under this spear, gods and demons would be destroyed. His battle intent was pushed to the extreme. The Black Tortoise had condensed its spirit into this spear technique. This was the perfect display of using battle chi. Yang Wu had seen Yang Baiqiang use such an attack in the God of War Pagoda before. He had also received a lot of inspiration. The holy elders outside the martial arts arena all revealed looks of joy. They had finally seen a junior that they were satisfied with. This Yang Yifan was indeed a prodigy who had been tempered in the battle realm. Yang Mammy also made her move. She used the shadow step technique, and a series of phantoms appeared, making it impossible to tell which one was her. This was her shadow step technique talent. It was an innate divine ability that came from her feet. Moreover, she had more than one divine ability. Her palms were like butterflies flying through flowers. Thousands of palm prints with earth-shattering power blasted out. This was another divine ability that came from her palms. Thousand-hand guanyin. This was similar to a divine ability of Buddhism. However, the divine ability of the other party was achieved through cultivation. On the other hand, Yang Mammy's divine ability stimulated one's potential. Its power was not to be underestimated. Yang Tianlin's aura was also pushed to the limit. A layer of faintly discernible scale armor appeared on his body. This was not a scale armor condensed from qi, but a real scale armor. This was his unique talent, the Qilin armor. This was an amazing divine ability. No wonder Yang Tianlin wanted him to obtain a heavenly dragon jade token. He was qualified to do so. Chapter 976. Yang Tianlin was a heaven's pride of the Azure lineage and was born with the temperament of a leader. Originally, the previous patriarch had the intention to nurture him to be the next patriarch's successor. Unfortunately, because of Yang Wu's appearance, the plan was disrupted and Yang Tianlin took the position in advance. Yang Tianlin had long known about Yang Wu. He had heard the previous patriarch mention this fellow many times. In his heart, he still had some resentment towards Yang Wu, but it was far from hatred. They were all a family, and no matter how much trouble they caused, they wouldn't kill each other. This was the Yang clan's motto. Yang Wu mercilessly injured the others, and Yang Tianlin felt that there was a need to talk to Yang Wu, lest he thought that he was #1 in the world just because he was the young patriarch. Yang Tianlin's birth caused a phenomenon, and when he grew up, he began to awaken his own talent, the Qilin armor. At that time, it gave the family a big fright. Later on, when the sage elder came over to take a look, they found out that it was an innate talent, and there was no need to be nervous. From then on, he received great nurturing from the clan. Yang Tianlin had accumulated nearly 100 years of merit, and his strength had already entered the peak of the dragon transformation realm. He had been suppressing his breakthrough to the Star Rune realm because of this heavenly dragon contest. He didn't hope to obtain the title of Dragon Emperor, but he must enter the top 100 and win glory for the Yang clan and the Azure lineage. If the Azure lineage didn't have a few pillars of support, they would once again become a vassal of the Black Tortoise lineage. This was something the elders of the Azure lineage weren't willing to accept. Yang Tianlin didn't disappoint their expectations. When he activated the Qilin armor, that demonic aura enveloped the training grounds. It was as if a Qilin had appeared in the mortal world, bringing along a great pressure. Immediately after, he rushed towards Yang Wu like a tiger and leopard. The surrounding clansmen all cried out in surprise. This is Tianlin's Qilin armor talent. It is an innate ability of our Azure lineage's ancestor. I didn't expect him to awaken it. This is great. This is his true strength. He didn't even use his full strength just now. Black Tortoise and Qilin, the two peak spirit demons, are our Yang clan's totems. Tianlin will definitely show off our Azure lineage. Young Patriarch's combat strength isn't weak. I wonder who will be stronger. What is the young clan leader's cultivation level? To be able to force them to this extent, he is really powerful. However, I believe that the Heavenly Scale Tribe Elder will definitely be able to defeat him. Yang Tianlin's eyes is Qilin, the Azure lineage's lineage. The Azure lineage's ancestor was ancestors. Lin, SSS Azure lineage. And also the Yang clan's clan. SSS Yang Yang. Yang SSS to shine to SSS to be as to shine to let SSS Yang. Yang's was S. Yang Wu, who took the initiative to attack, didn't do anything. He just stood there and allowed their attacks to land on him. In the eyes of the three of them, Yang Wu was courting death. Rumble, rumble. 3 different types of attacks, but each of them was extremely powerful. If they landed on a person at the same time, even a half-sage would be blasted to death. After the 3 of them launched their attacks, they quickly retracted their attacks. They were also afraid that they would accidentally kill Yang Wu. Yang Yifun's spear was almost knocked out of his hand by his own strength. Blood flowed out from the web between his thumb and index finger. Fortunately, he had a body full of blood and qi, so he endured the pain and didn't let go of his spear. This was the perseverance he had accumulated over many years of fighting. If it were anyone else, they would have definitely let go of their spear and fallen to the ground. Yang Mammy's speed was very fast, but the rebounding force was even faster. Furthermore, it mercilessly landed on her abdomen. Her delicate body continuously retreated, almost falling to the ground. As for Yang Tianlin, he was a little better than them. The Qilin armor that appeared on his body was indeed very strong. His body was only forced back a dozen steps, and he didn't suffer any serious injuries. They all revealed an incomparably horrified expression as they looked at Yang Wu, who was covered by the black tortoise armor. A black tortoise seemed to emerge from his body from the sea. That oppressive aura was like that of an emperor among demons. No one dared to look directly at him. "You're not bad, but it's not enough." Yang Wu responded indifferently. His figure once again disappeared before their eyes. In the next moment, it seemed as if three Yang Wu had appeared and attacked the three of them at the same time. Yang Ma Miao was the first to be knocked down. Her bewildering shadow step was very fast, but Yang Wu still discovered her real body. Her back was slapped mercilessly, and her body was thrown away like a kite with a broken string. The second to be sent flying was Yang Yifan. His war spear was forcibly taken away by Yang Wu, and his waist was kicked by Yang Wu, causing him to fall down on the spot. Yang Tianlin unleashed his strongest defensive power and used his strongest perception to capture Yang Wu's attack. However, by the time he sensed it, Yang Wu had already appeared beside him and slapped his Qilin armor. Bang! The Qilin armor that Yang Tianlin was so proud of couldn't block it. The cyan defensive power on the outside shattered, and blood spurted out from his throat as he fell heavily to the ground. "Can't even withstand a single blow," Yang Wu said coldly as he looked at the three people who had fallen to the ground. The scene was silent. Who would have thought that Yang Wu would defeat the 10 of them so quickly? Even the three strongest people had been defeated by Yang Wu in one move. They had lost so miserably. Could it be that this brat can already kill a saint? Yang Jinghai took a deep breath and thought in his heart. Before he broke through to the Star Rune realm, it was impossible for him to defeat the 10 people in front of him so easily like Yang Wu. Yang Wu's performance had far exceeded everyone's imagination. Someone couldn't help but question, "Young Patriarch, you must have reached the Star Rune realm. It's unfair for you to treat them like this." That's right. Young Patriarch is a saint alchemist. He must be at the Star Rune realm. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so powerful. He's bullying the weak, another person said. One after another, people raised their doubts. Everyone seemed to feel that it was reasonable and believed that Yang Wu might have already broken through to the Star Rune realm. At this moment, Yang Mantang carefully looked at Yang Wu and couldn't help but exclaim, "Could it be that his body has already become a saint?" "Saint Elder Manang, you've only just realized it. Your eyesight is a bit blurry." Yang Jinghai sneered from the side. The Azure Clan Saint Elder had always been unwilling to accept him as the Patriarch. Even though he had brought many benefits to the clan, the other party still didn't accept him. He was already unhappy in his heart. This time, he took advantage of Yang Wu's divine might to suppress this old man's arrogance. Yang Mantang ignored Yang Jinghai's mockery and sighed heavily. This old man will accept this position as the young patriarch. Yang Jinghai was stunned for a moment, then said, "Of course. If he doesn't become the young patriarch, it will be our Yang clan's loss." Immediately after, Yang Jinghai flew to the training grounds and said, "Yang Wu isn't at the Star Rune realm. He's still in the Dragon Transformation realm. He should have just broken through to the High Dragon Transformation realm." After pausing for a moment, he said, "The Xing clan wants to kill him, but it isn't just because he's a saint alchemist. Think about it carefully." Yang Jinghai took out healing pills and distributed them to the 10 people who had been injured by Yang Wu. He said to everyone in a clear voice, "Yang Wu definitely isn't showing off how strong he is. He just wants to awaken the bloodthirst in your hearts. Awaken the bloodthirst in our Yang clan. We can't continue to be weak. Whoever bullies us will bully them back tenfold. Those who have killed our clansmen before will kill their 9 generations. Do you all have confidence in this?" Yang Jinghai was truly worthy of being the patriarch. His ability to fan the flames was very strong. The clansmen were stirred up by his words and shouted, "Whoever bullies us will pay them back tenfold." The blood of the Yang clan's clansmen boiled as their battle intent soared to the heavens. An invisible aura formed above the clan. Only Saint could barely sense it. This was the aura of the clan's destiny. Yang Montang's old eyes flashed as he muttered, "With this kind of patriarch and young patriarch, it's time to put aside the conflict between the 2 clans." The other Saint Elders understood a principle in their hearts. As long as they were united like before and worked hard, the Yang clan would definitely awaken and become one of the strongest battle clans. Yang Wu withdrew his aura and asked the people he had defeated, "Are you all willing to follow this young master?" The 10 people present didn't reply to Yang Wu's words. Their faces flashed with traces of arrogance. "This young master can make you all stronger. I'm a top-grade Saint Alchemist," Yang Wu said again. "Greetings, young patriarch." Yang Qianlong immediately expressed his allegiance to Yang Wu. During the trip to War God City, Yang Qianlong was already filled with admiration for Yang Wu. Now, he was filled with even more admiration. "Young patriarch, we're all family. If I don't follow you, who will I follow?" Another Yang clan genius said with a smile. Yes, young patriarch is wise and powerful. In the future, we'll follow your lead. As long as you can make me stronger, I'll definitely follow young patriarch." The first 7 of the 10 people to be defeated expressed their feelings one after another. Not only was Yang Wu stronger than them, but he was also a top-grade Saint Alchemist. They had no choice but to submit. How many people wanted to follow a top-grade Saint Alchemist, but couldn't? Now that they had such an opportunity, how could they miss it? Furthermore, they were all family, and he was also the young patriarch. Whether they were willing or not, they would have to listen to him in the future. Yang Wu was very satisfied. His gaze fell on Yang Yifan. "What about you?" As expected of someone who even Yang Ba submitted to. "You're my clan's young patriarch. Whatever you say is right. I won't say anything." Yang Yifan shrugged. Regardless of whether he was willing or not, he had to face this reality. Yang Tianlin also expressed his allegiance. He cupped his fist to Yang Wu. "I'm willing to follow young patriarch's orders." After pausing for a moment, he added, "I hope you won't be surpassed by me." Yang Wu ignored Yang Tianlin's last sentence and looked at Yang Mamiao. She swayed her snake-like waist and came in front of him. With a shy expression, she said, "Young clan leader, I am willing to marry you." Chapter 977. Yang Yifan had long heard of Yang Wu's strength from Yang Wu's mouth, but he didn't think much of it. How strong could an alchemist be? When he personally experienced Yang Wu's strength, he was sincerely convinced. He had been fighting in the battle world all year round, and he was convinced of the invincible experts of the same level. If Yang Wu's realm was higher than his and defeated him, he would definitely not be convinced. However, Yang Wu's realm was 1 level lower than his, so he had no choice but to accept. Yang Tianlin was convinced by Yang Wu verbally, but he didn't know if he was convinced in his heart. He was a rather introverted guy, and no one knew what he was thinking. However, once he surpassed Yang Wu, he would definitely challenge Yang Wu again to wash away today's humiliation. Yang Tianlin was never a person who was willing to be lonely. He was more like an old fox who was good at concealing himself. However, Yang Mami was different. She possessed the meridian replenishment physique. This type of physique could extend a powerful bloodline to future generations. Whoever married her would be considered a blessing, especially when she was so enchanting. She was the favorite of all men. Since she was young, she knew that she could only marry someone from the same clan. No matter if it was the Black Tortoise or the Azure Sky, she could not marry outside of the clan. Yang Mami had long since accepted her fate. However, she was an outstanding woman. She swore to find the most outstanding one in the clan. She had once made a comparison between Yang Tianlin and Yang Jinghai. Yang Jinghai was older than her, and his temperament wasn't the type she liked. Yang Jinghai also had his own woman, and the two of them were just siblings. As for Yang Tianlin, he treated her very well, but it was a pity that he wasn't straightforward in his actions. He had never directly expressed his love for her, and she didn't think too much about it. She focused on cultivation and broke through to the Star Rune realm, so her lifespan would be longer and she would have more opportunities to choose. When Yang Wu appeared out of nowhere, she didn't pay much attention to him at first. How outstanding could a young man who came back from the mortal world be? Even if he caused some trouble, it wouldn't catch her eye. It wasn't until Yang Wu ascended to the 12th level of the God of War Pagoda that she started to pay attention to him. She had also heard about Yang Wu from Yang Wu and started to pay attention to him from then on. When Yang Wu became a sage apothecary, she felt that Yang Wu was the man she had been waiting for. If she missed out on a man like him, she didn't know how long she would have to wait for someone more outstanding than him. After Yang Wu displayed such astonishing battle strength, she was even more determined in her thoughts. Therefore, she didn't hesitate to express her love in front of everyone. Yang Wu was stunned. Everyone else was also stunned. Many people in the tribe cared a lot about Yang Mammy. There are even some shameless sage elders who expressed their love for her. If Yang Mammy didn't have someone backing her, she would have been taken over by that sage elder long ago. Now, she had actually chosen a man for herself, and this man seemed to make them speechless. He was the young clan leader and was indeed worthy of her. Yang Mammy's face was red all the way to her ears. She had mustered all her courage to say this. Before Yang Wu could recover from his shock, a young tribesman came to his senses and shouted, "Young clan leader, I want to duel with you." "Sister Mammy, you can't be so rash. The young clan leader already has a lover. He's not suitable for you. Young clan leader, please let Mammy go. I'm willing to do anything for you." "Young Mammy, you can't marry anyone. You belong to all of us." Yang Wu was completely speechless when he heard this. He came to his senses and said loudly, "She's just joking with me. Everyone, don't be agitated. Clan leader, quickly help me say a few words." "All right, you're the one who told me to help you." Yang Jinghai smiled and replied. Then he gave Yang Mammy a thumbs up and said, "Mammy, I support you in taking down Yang Wu. Big brother definitely won't laugh at you for being an old cow eating young grass." Yang Mammy's delicate face was so red that it was about to drip water. She lightly stomped her foot and said, "A woman 3 years older than you is holding a golden brick. What do you know? Yang Wu, big sister has taken a fancy to you. You can't escape." After saying this, she turned into a butterfly and quietly disappeared. The surrounding men all cried out. Mammy had been charmed by someone. What should they do? Actually, it wasn't just Mammy who was charmed. There were many women in the tribe who had taken a fancy to Yang Wu. It was just that they didn't have the courage like Yang Mammy to confess their feelings to him. They were too weak and didn't have the confidence. After Yang Mammy left, Yang Jinghai had everyone disperse. Only the people who had been defeated by Yang Wu stayed. "Yang Wu, you want them to follow you. Do you have something good to give them?" Yang Jinghai asked Yang Wu for the 9 of them. Yang Wu lightly touched the bridge of his nose and said, "Asking them to follow me is a bit too much. It should be said that they should contribute to our Yang clan. They should constantly strive to become stronger for our Yang clan. At least you know what's good for you. When you become the head of the tribe, they will be the pillars of our Yang clan." Yang Jinghai replied with satisfaction. The Yang clan was a family. Even though there was some competition between the two branches, they couldn't form factions on the surface. They had to be united and face the outside world together. Yang Wu's words just now were a bit impulsive. Yang Wu was also aware of this point, but his heart was still selfish. Their foundation looks very solid, but in my opinion, it's still not enough. I can concoct medicinal liquids to help their physiques become stronger. I can also give them body-shaping pills to help them become stronger. Yang Wu said faintly. The 9 people's eyes lit up. Even the calm Yang Tianlin was no exception. This was the most fascinating part of being an alchemist. High-grade medicinal liquids and pills were enough to make any martial artist go crazy. Good, very good. You all heard it. Your defeat this time wasn't unjust. Yang Jinghai said to the 9 people. Young clan head, I'll do whatever you want me to do. The ordinary girl, Yang Lulu said. She and Yang Tianlin both belonged to the Azure branch. They usually kept a low profile and always trained hard. To be able to have today's strength, they relied on themselves to walk step by step. She was also a girl. She also liked an outstanding man like Yang Wu. Unfortunately, she didn't have Yang Mammy's beauty. Yang Chenlong hurriedly said, Me too. Young clan head, based on our friendship, you should take care of me more. The others also hurriedly opened their mouths, looking like they were hugging Yang Wu's thigh tightly. Who knew where the arrogance from earlier ran to? Clan head arranged a mission for me to go to the Sioux family to retrieve a piece of Heavenly Phoenix jade token. You all accompany me. When I return, I'll give you medicinal liquids and pills. Yang Wu requested of them. No problem. Whatever young clan head wants me to do, I'll do it. The Sioux family still dares to overturn the heavens. The Lin family will be their end. Let's go now and finish the mission quickly. Every one of them was rubbing their fists. They all wanted to finish the mission quickly and obtain Yang Wu's medicinal liquids and pills. Yang Wu didn't let them leave immediately. He let them recuperate first and set off the next day. He still had to return home to take a look. When he returned home, he discovered that Su Rome wasn't home. Only the housekeeper, Yang Yun, was there. This housekeeper finally broke through to the Star Mark realm after obtaining Yang Wu's pills. He once again returned to the bamboo courtyard to serve Yang Wu. Young clan head, great-grandmother has taken madam away. Yang Yin respectfully said to Yang Wu. In the past, when the clan sent him, a half-sage, to be Yang Wu's housekeeper, he felt very uncomfortable in his heart. Now, he didn't have such thoughts. He only wanted to properly serve by Yang Wu's side. So it's like this, Yang Wu suddenly said. He then asked Yang Yun, Housekeeper Yun, did you succeed in breaking through? Thanks to young clan head's blessing, I luckily broke through. Yang Yun happily replied, it's because your foundation is strong. Breaking through is also a matter of success. Yang Wu said. He then continued, you should have been conferred the title of Holy Elder. Why were you still arranged to be here? The Yang clan attached great importance to every Star Mark realm saint. They were the strongest representatives of the Yang clan. At this realm, they would be conferred the title of Holy Elder and would have their own territory. They didn't need to do the work of serving others. Yang Yun replied. This old servant came back voluntarily. Young clan head needs someone to serve by his side. Housekeeper Yun, this is a great waste of your talent. You should go back and change to a more nimble person. Is young clan head dissatisfied with this old servant? This old servant will definitely improve. You're thinking too much. You are at the Star Mark realm. You should enjoy better cultivation treatment. How can it be better than staying by young clan head's side to cultivate? Yang Wu couldn't win against Yang Yun. He could only let him stay. Moreover, Yang Yun was indeed a good housekeeper. It wouldn't be bad for him to stay here and take care of him. Yang Wu then went to his grandfather's place. This time, his grandfather was at home. Yang Jingtao had changed to cultivate the battle blood immortal art that Yang Wu had passed down. His strength had quietly reached the peak of the heavenly fish realm and could break through to the dragon transformation realm at any time. He looked much younger. He looked like a middle-aged man in his 40s. Yang Wu chatted with his grandfather about some daily life and cultivation matters. Then, he went next door to visit Ai Sha and Xue Xiaofan. His father, Yang Jinan, and uncle, Su Yin Shui, had gone out to cultivate with the clan's elders and had yet to return. Ai Sha and Xue Xiaofan were well settled. They weren't mistreated, but they weren't able to integrate into the Yang clan's atmosphere. After all, they weren't surnamed Yang. Yang Wu could see that they weren't very comfortable, but he didn't have a good place to settle them down. He could only let them suffer for now. Master, the two greeted in unison when they saw Yang Wu. One of the deacons who was teaching them here bowed to Yang Wu and left quietly. It seems that you two haven't been slacking off. Your foundations are good. You can break through to the Earth-Sea realm soon. Yang Wu looked at their bodies and praised them. Master, after we break through, will we be able to fly? Ai Sha asked curiously. Yes. After you break through, you can leave here and go out to train. It won't be so boring, Yang Wu replied. Then, won't I have to wait for a long time? Xue Xiaofan was a little depressed. Ever since he climbed the heavenly stairway, his strength had continuously broken through. However, he hadn't made much progress recently. Chapter 978. Xue Xiaofan had the barbarian race's bloodline. When he activated it on the heavenly staircase, he became a true barbarian. His bloodline was very powerful, and it was close to the ancestral awakening bloodline. After hearing Xue Xiaofan's distress, Yang Wu immediately checked his body and found that his blood chi was astonishing. His foundation was vigorous, and his meridians and acupoints were all smooth. There was not much abnormality. While he was still puzzled, Barbarian Elephant walked over and said he should be cultivating the barbarian race's cultivation method. That's why he can achieve twice the results with half the effort. That's right. Barbarians must cultivate the barbarian race's mystic arts. We only have low-level ones. I'm afraid they're not suitable for him. Barbarian Tiger also walked over. Barbarian Bull didn't appear. He was still cultivating. Barbarian Elephant and Barbarian Tiger both broke through to the small Saint Realm and reached the intermediate Saint Realm. Even Yang Wu was shocked by their rapid growth. Brother Elephant, Sister Tiger, your strength has increased so quickly. It should be the effect of a sacred mountain. Barbarian Elephant smiled. We'll only stop growing when we reach the Demon Saint Realm, Barbarian Tiger said honestly. Good. Then I'm relieved. When the time comes, you can go wherever you want. Yang Wu was happy for them. We won't go anywhere. We'll follow you. Barbarian Elephant said firmly. That's right. I heard that you're going to fight for the Dragon Phoenix list. The three of us will go with you. Barbarian Tiger was full of fighting spirit. Good. Since you have such thoughts, I won't spoil your mood. Let's fight for the Dragon Phoenix list together. Yang Wu agreed. Then, he turned back to Xue Xiaofan to see if there was a solution. After a long discussion, Yang Wu finally understood Xue Xiaofan's problem. It was still the same problem as before. Xue Xiaofan needed a barbarian race's profound art in order to support him to become stronger. Fortunately, Barbarian Elephant used to be a protector of the barbarian race, so he had the barbarian race's cultivation method. Even if it was a bit low level, it was enough to support Xue Xiaofan's current cultivation. However, once he reached the heaven stage, without a better Xin formula, his achievements would be limited. In the end, Yang Wu decided to let Barbarian Elephant pass the profound art to Xue Xiaofan. When he found Little Hay in the future, he would be able to obtain a cultivation immortal art that was more suitable for Xue Xiaofan. If that didn't work, he would have to make a trip to the Yin Yang cult. In the past few years, he had grown up without Little Hay's help. Now, he began to miss her again. The next day, Yang Wu brought Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifan, Yang Mami, and the rest of the 11 people to leave the Yang clan for the territory of the Su clan, a subsidiary faction. The Su family had territory in the Yang family city, but their true foundation was the Heavenly Steel Mountain. That place was rich in heavenly steel stone, which was a type of heaven-level refining material. The Su family relied on it to grow stronger. Once upon a time, the Su clan and the Lin clan were second-rate subsidiary factions of the Yang clan. They were the closest to the Yang clan. Unfortunately, after the Lin clan was found to be a spy for the Xing clan, they were completely wiped out. The Su clan, on the other hand, was safe and sound. However, their arrogance was greatly restrained for fear of following in the Lin clan's footsteps. Heavenly Steel Mountain wasn't far from the Yang clan city. They were only separated by a city. This mountain range was not very long, but each mountain was extremely majestic and imposing. The Su family was built on the mountain, occupying this paradise to strengthen their foundation. The Su clan didn't have many people, but every one of them was an elite. They had high standards for themselves and had always worked hard to cultivate, striving to produce more powerful people. They hadn't been attached to the Yang clan for the longest time, but they had contributed a lot to the Yang Wu clan. Even the Yang clan couldn't find any fault with them. The Su clan was growing stronger, and the Yang clan couldn't stop it. As long as the Su clan didn't show any signs of betrayal, the Yang clan wouldn't do anything to them. Moreover, the Yang clan had some foundation, especially when their great-grandmother was still alive and had improved. They didn't even fear the Xing clan, so why would they fear the slightly stronger Su clan? The Su clan was indeed not enough to threaten the Yang clan, but the Su clan had an old ancestor who had reached the Star Rune realm. This was the Su clan's stabilizing force. Half a year ago, after the Battle of Dragons and Phoenixes began, the Su clan had coincidentally obtained a Heavenly Phoenix Jade Tablet. They had originally wanted to hide this information, but somehow the news had leaked. Only then did they realize that there were people from the Yang clan monitoring them, so they could only confess to the Yang clan. However, they weren't willing to obediently hand over the Heavenly Phoenix Jade Tablet, and the Yang clan hadn't sent anyone to snatch it away for the time being. These years, the Yang clan had been depressed, and the Su clan had contributed a lot to the Yang clan. Moreover, the Yang clan and the Su clan had a marriage alliance. With these relations, the Yang clan couldn't do anything overboard, so they negotiated with the Su clan and were willing to compensate the Su clan. After a series of negotiations, the Su clan stated their conditions. They hoped to meet with the Yang clan head Yang Wu and negotiate face-to-face. This was why Yang Wu was sent to the Su clan. The Su clan had a star Rune Realm old ancestor and the famous Su clan 5 tigers. They had quite a reputation in the Yang clan's territory. On this day, they received news that the Yang clan head Yang Wu had come to visit the Su clan. With Yang Wu's status, they should be the ones to pay a visit. Now that Yang Wu had personally come, the higher-ups of the Su clan panicked and hurriedly called for an elder meeting to discuss. The Su clan old ancestor personally oversaw the meeting. The Su clan 5 tigers and a few other important elders were all present. The Su clan old ancestor didn't look old. He had the appearance of a middle-aged man with vigorous vitality and a lot of room for improvement. His name was Su Jilan, and he was sitting high up in the center, looking down at the people below. The Su clan head was the Su clan's first tiger, named Su Dahu. He was a robust man with his head bowed, and his eyes were suffused with traces of oppressive radiance. Today, he couldn't sit on the clan head's seat, but sat on the first seat at the bottom right. The Su clan's second tiger, Su Inghu, third tiger, Su Xionghu, fourth tiger, Su Haohu, and fifth tiger, Su Jihu looked very similar. Like Su Dahu, they all had big bald heads. They were quadruplets. Su Dahu was their eldest brother and was 5 years older than them. The 5 tigers were all half-step saints, and they all sat at the very front, showing their extraordinary status. Dahu, did you discuss something with the Yang clan? Why did the Yang clan head come in person and not the Yang clan summon us? The Su clan old ancestor Su Jilan stared at Su Dahu and said with dissatisfaction. The Su clan seemed to be a bit stronger than the other second-rate powers of the Yang clan, but compared to the Yang clan, they were still far from it. When the Yang clan had something to discuss with them, it was always them who took the initiative to discuss it, and not the Yang clan sending someone to discuss it. Now that the situation had reversed, they were all incomparably nervous. The Lin clan had just been eliminated not long ago, and they didn't want to follow in their footsteps. Old Master, I did raise the conditions with the Yang clan, but I didn't say they should send the Yang clan head. I was still waiting for them to summon us to discuss it. Who knew that the Yang clan wouldn't play by the rules? And I don't know what clan head Jing Hai is thinking. Could it be that he's angry with us because of the Phoenix Medallion? Su Dahu looked like a rough man, but in reality, he was very intelligent. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to support this family. According to what you're saying, the Yang clan took the initiative to send the Yang clan head here. Su Jilan asked again. Su Dahu nodded repeatedly. That's right. I don't have the guts to call the Yang clan head here to negotiate. This time, we have a favor to ask of them. Then where is the Phoenix Medallion? It's here, Su Dahu replied, taking out the Heavenly Phoenix Medallion and handing it over to Su Jilan. Su Jilan didn't take it, instead saying, when the Yang clan head arrives, give it to him as soon as possible. You must not provoke him, and you must take good care of him. I heard that he's only in his early 20s and is still young and full of vigor. Quickly find a few beautiful girls in the clan. I hope he won't be angry with us. After pausing for a moment, he cursed at Su Dahu. You brainless fool. If you really wanted to negotiate with the Yang clan, you should have waited in the Yang clan city a long time ago. Why did you rush back to the clan? You're clearly trying to take advantage of them. After all, we're just following behind them for a living. Now you become bold, aren't you? Aren't you afraid that they'll kick our entire Su clan out of anger? Second tiger, Su Inghu, spoke up. Esteemed elder, the matter isn't that serious, right? The Heavenly Phoenix Medallion is extremely precious. What's the harm in having the Yang clan head make a trip there? Just as he finished speaking, Su Jilan slapped him across the face, causing a pa sound to ring out. Blood flowed from the corner of his mouth. Do you really think that the Alchemist Alliance's holy elders are pushovers? What's more, he's a peak holy elder. Even clan head Jing Hai would have to take good care of such a person. We're not even fit to carry his shoes, yet you still dare to boast so shamelessly. Su Jilan exploded in anger. Suing Hu was so scared that he didn't dare to make a sound. He could only cover his face in grievance and lower his head like a child being scolded by an adult. Esteemed elder, please calm down. We're only thinking for your sake. That's why we proposed such a condition. Fifth Tiger, Su Jihu, tried to persuade him. He then continued, if esteemed elder can take another step forward, our Su clan will be even more stable. Also, isn't our clan's little tiger lacking someone to discipline? We've already decided to bet everything on the Yang clan, so we might as well go all out and get on the Yang clan head's good side first. Third Tiger, Su Xionghu, added, Fifth Tiger is right. Esteemed elder, since things have already reached this point, please don't be angry. Prepare to receive the Yang clan head. I know that you five brothers all have your own ideas, but this matter is a bit superfluous. If we had handed over the Phoenix Medallion as soon as possible and found another time to visit the Yang clan head and explain the situation, things would have been much better than now. Now that we're in a passive position, the Yang clan is our master after all. This time, they'll definitely make things difficult for us. Just bear with it. Su Jilan sighed heavily. If he had known about this earlier, he wouldn't have handled things like this. At this moment, a voice sounded from outside the hall. Yang clan head Yang Wu has arrived. Chapter 979. Yang Wu brought Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifan, and Yang Manmi to the Su family's territory, Tiangang Mountain. The Yang family and the Su family had a spatial gate that was directly connected to each other, so they could easily come here without worrying about being tracked down by bounty hunters. Now, the Yang family's territory was in a state of level 1 alert. Many of the outer space doors were guarded by strong cultivators. Once a strange, strong cultivator appeared, they would report to the family immediately. This was to prevent strong cultivators from suddenly attacking the Yang family's territory and killing Yang Wu. Of course, Yang Taiha wouldn't go with him this time. Qing Feng followed him secretly. She had reached the late middle stage of the Beast Saint realm. She was only one step away from becoming a high-level Beast Saint. Ordinary Saint realm creatures were no match for her. Even if they encountered a high-level Saint, Yang Wu wouldn't be in immediate danger. Last time, the kind of killing in the Kunlun's field didn't happen often. After all, Miao Miaochi had killed 3 saints, which was still very shocking. Yang Wu's group was very young. None of them looked old. Their blood was high, and their battle chi was overflowing. Each of them carried a battle weapon and looked like they were going to war. Young clan leader, are we going to rob Tiangang Mountain just like this? Yang Chenlong asked Yang Wu, holding his battle spear. As soon as he said this, he received a wave of people rolling their eyes. The Su family was one of their subordinate forces. How could it be called robbery when it was their territory? We're going to reason with them. How can this be called robbery? Yang Wu smiled faintly. Young clan leader knows how to reason? Like how you beat us up yesterday. Yang Yifan asked. A Yang family youth gave a thumbs up and said, yes, Young clan leader should be telling us how to reason with the Su family so that they won't think that the Yang family has really declined. The Lin clan was just destroyed, and the Su family dares to act like this in front of us. They're really looking for death, another person said. In their view, the Su family should have offered the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token as soon as they got it. They weren't hiding it, and it wasn't a reason to bully the Yang family. Yang Tianlin and Yang Manmi didn't say anything. They were also very curious about what Yang Wu wanted to do. Yang Wu smiled and said, don't take it for granted. I've learned that the Su family has been quite loyal to our family over the years, so it's understandable that they hid the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token. But after all, they're living in our Yang family's territory, so we'll need to knock some sense into them. Let's see how they react first. When they arrived in front of the Su family's gate, Su Jilan and a group of Su family elders were already waiting respectfully for them. When they saw Yang Wu and his entourage, they all bowed and said, Greetings, young clan leader and elders. The prodigies around Yongwu had all broken through to the dragon transformation realm and had long been conferred the title of elder. When Yongwu and the others saw that the Su family had mobilized such a lineup and their attitude, the anger in their hearts dissipated by quite a bit. Forget it, Yongwu said indifferently. When the Su family members straightened their backs, he sternly said, Su family, you obtained the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token. Why didn't you report to the family? Are you trying to take the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token for yourself? Do you still think that our Yang family is the main family? You really have some guts. No one would have thought that Yongwu would suddenly make things difficult for them. Even the people around him revealed a look of surprise as they exclaimed in their hearts, Is this how it's supposed to be? The Su family members were so frightened that their expressions changed greatly. They really didn't know how to respond to Yongwu's words. They were the ones in the wrong first, so they felt guilty in their hearts. Su Zhilan was worthy of being called a shrewd person. She once again bowed and said to Yongwu, Young clan leader, this is our Su family's fault. Dao, why haven't you handed the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token to the young clan leader? Su Da didn't dare to speak anymore. He took the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token and handed it over to Yongwu. Yongwu didn't take the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token. Instead, he said to young Manfan who was at the side, Sister Manfan, this is your Jade token. Why haven't you taken it yet? Young Manfan was stunned for a moment. Then, she revealed an incomparably charming smile and said, Then I won't be polite. Su Daha's Heavenly Phoenix Jade token was taken by Yang Manfan. Her foxy face revealed an extremely beautiful smile. She didn't forget to throw a few coquettish glances at Yongwu. If it wasn't for the fact that they were in the hall, she was afraid that she would have pounced on Yongwu. The Su family members thought that this matter was over. Who would have thought that Yongwu would say, I heard that the Su family has 5 tigers. Our Yang family also has 8 dragons and 2 phoenixes. This young clan leader will make the decision. Why don't you all compare notes? Without waiting for the Su family members to reply, Yang Shenlong already couldn't wait and said, I agree. I have long heard of the Su family's 5 tigers. That's a good idea, Yang Yifan lazily said. The other Yang family members also expressed their agreement. On the contrary, the Su family members didn't know how to respond. Their gaze fell on Su Zhilan, waiting for him to make the decision. Young clan leader, we already know our mistake. In the future, we won't make the same mistake again. Please forgive us this time. The mountain has already prepared some wine, dishes, and gifts. I invite young clan leader and the elders to come in and appreciate them. Su Zhilan said with a very humble attitude. He was a dignified second-grade star Rune Realm Saint. Speaking like this to Yongwu was already giving him a lot of face. There's no rush. Our 2 families have been allies for many years. This time, we are not going to fight to the death. There's no need to be nervous. This young clan leader plans to bring them to fight for the Dragon Phoenix Jade token. Before the battle, let your 5 tigers tell them not to be arrogant. There are many experts in the world. Elder Su, you won't really not give them a chance, right? Yang Wu righteously said. Young clan leader, I know you guys are angry. Why don't you beat me up to vent your anger? I definitely won't retaliate. How about it? Su Dao stood out and said, Daho, come back. Don't speak nonsense in front of the young clan leader. Su Zhilan reprimanded. Old ancestor, the young clan leader is angry. Can't I let him vent his anger? Su Da's heart was also burning with anger. He was dissatisfied with this overbearing young clan leader. However, it wasn't good for him to resist. He could only use this method to vent his anger. He was the Su family leader. If he was beaten by the Yang family, the relationship between the Yang family and the Su family would definitely be broken. Currently, the Yang family situation seemed to be improving. However, if they lost their Su family, it would greatly increase the speed of their decline. Daho, get back here. Are you not going to listen to this old man's words? Su Zhilan angrily scolded. Young clan leader Su, this young master is not an unreasonable person. I really want the 5 tigers to spar with them. Since you guys are not willing, then forget it. Yang Wu said indifferently. He then looked at Su Zhilan and said, If the 5 tigers are not willing to fight, then why don't Elder Sue spar with me? This time, the Dragon Phoenix battle has gathered all the geniuses from all over the world. Their strength is incomparably strong. This young master is also participating in the Sky Dragon battle. Now that I want Elder Sue to help me measure my strength, I wonder if Elder Sue will give me face? Everyone was stunned, including the 10 people who came with Yang Wu. Yang Wu actually wanted to challenge a saint. Did he really think that saints were vegetarians? Su Zhilan smiled and said, "Since young clan leader has such a refined interest, then let me spar with you. We will not overdo it. Elder Sue, I will say the ugly words first. You are a senior. I will not give way to you." Yang Wu reminded. Young clan leader, go ahead." Su Zhilan smiled and said. He could see that Yang Wu's strength was only at the advanced dragon transformation realm. Even if he had a powerful burst of strength, he could only fight against a half-saint. He was not a half-saint, but a genuine saint. Moreover, he had reached the 2nd rank. The difference in strength between each rank was like heaven and earth. No matter how strong Yang Wu was, it was impossible for him to hurt him. So what harm was there in playing with him? Then let's go. Yang Wu smiled and said. Yang Mami stopped him and said, "Young clan leader, you must not take the risk." Yang Wu's life was too valuable. Even a peak saint wanted his head. What if Su Zhilan made a move? Don't worry. Today, I will let you guys experience this young master's true strength. Yang Wu said confidently and took the lead to soar into the sky. He was like a dragon soaring into the sky, mighty and domineering. This scene was deeply imprinted in the eyes of the 10 Yang clan members and the Su clan members. Su Zhilan's eyelids twitched slightly. He actually felt a trace of danger from Yang Wu. He did not delay and flew up. Immediately after, the Yang clan and Su clan members flew up. They all wanted to witness the process of this battle. They originally thought that this battle would be Su Zhilan playing with Yang Wu. When Yang Wu realized the difference in strength, it would end. Who knew that this was not the case? They saw the most unforgettable scene of their lives. Their hearts were shocked beyond words. They did not know how to describe the emotions in their hearts. That Su clan saint was beaten up by their young clan leader from the start. He did not even have the strength to fight back. He was simply abused to the point that he did not look like a saint at all. In the beginning, Su Zhilan still had a calm appearance. But after he suffered an incomparably brutal attack, he was completely dumbfounded. How could he have imagined that a dragon transformation realm martial artist would be so monstrous? The power that erupted from Yi Shiwen's body was even stronger than that of a 2nd-level Star Rune realm martial artist. Yi Shiwen's punch had shattered his defensive power and caused his internal organs to ache. Before he could even counterattack, his saint soul had been completely suppressed. It was as though a true dragon had captured his saint's soul, suppressing him to the point where he couldn't even muster the strength to resist. Overbearing fists landed on his body, causing his saint body to bleed profusely. He didn't even have the strength to resist. After all, he was a Star Mark realm saint. He activated the star marks that were unique to saints and attracted the power of the stars to strengthen his combat power. He wanted to escape from this disadvantageous situation, but it was useless. The young man in front of him was like a living black tortoise or a true dragon. With the aura of the black tortoise and the true dragon concealing the power of the stars, he was completely beaten up. The young man did not show any signs of stopping. Fist after fist, the power of the heavenly thunder suddenly descended, scaring him out of his wits. This was the power of the holy thunder. If he came into contact with it, he would be seriously injured even if he did not die. Young clan leader, spare my life. Young clan leader, spare my life. Chapter 980. A 2nd-level Celestial Pattern Realm Saint had been beaten by a high-level Dragon Transformation Realm Warrior to the point where even his mother couldn't recognize him. This was like a heavenly book. It was impossible. It should be that high-level Dragon Transformation Realm Warrior had been beaten to the point where even his mother couldn't recognize him. However, the truth was right in front of them. They had no choice but to believe it. The surrounding people thought that the saint was going easy on him, but when they heard the saint beg for mercy, they understood that everything was true. Young clan head is too cruel Yang Yifun muttered as he swallowed his saliva. He's too handsome. As expected of the man I fancy, Yang Manmi said with infatuation in her eyes. Yang Tianlin didn't say anything. The little bit of arrogance in his heart had been completely destroyed. Previously, when he lost to Yang Wu at the training field, he felt that he had been careless. If he had fought with his life on the line, he might not have lost. Now, it seemed that even if he fought with his life on the line and had a few more helpers, he would still be beaten to death by Yang Wu. The Su family was so shocked that they couldn't speak. They knew that the Yang family head had just broken through to the celestial pattern realm not long ago. At that time, the Su family had even sent a congratulatory gift. Now, the young clan head had suddenly appeared and was rumored to have reached the 12th level of the god of War Pagoda. At that time, he was only at the heavenly fish realm. Now, less than 2 years had passed. No matter how powerful he was only at the dragon transformation realm. How could he beat the second-level celestial pattern realm patriarch to such a state? They really wanted to say, "Patriarch, you've gone overboard with your acting." When they saw their patriarch vomiting blood and his clothes torn, they felt a wave of sadness. They felt that their patriarch was too engrossed in his acting. However, when their patriarch begged for mercy, they realized that he wasn't acting. He was really being beaten up. If Su Zhilan didn't beg for mercy, he would be beaten to death. This young clan head was extremely ruthless. Even his sacred body couldn't withstand it. He was afraid that if the beating continued, he would lose his old life. Yang Wu didn't push his luck. He stopped and asked with concern, "Elder Su, are you all right? How could you not fight back? Even if your Su family was at fault, you shouldn't suffer like this. Young clan leader, we know our wrongs. Please let our Su clan off. I, old Su, am willing to be your slave." Su Zhilan said as he wiped his tears. Yang Wu said, "Elder Su, you're too serious. Our two families are the same breath and branch and are allies. We won't make a big fuss over such a small matter. I only hope that Elder Su will remember that our Yang family is your leader." Su Zhilan didn't care about the injuries on her body. She quickly bowed and nodded. Yes, young patriarch is right. When we return, I will definitely teach those brats in the family a lesson. I will make them contribute more to the family and not do anything that goes against the family. Yang Wu patted Su Zhilan's shoulder and said, "Yes, that's right. Our Yang clan hasn't fallen. As long as great-grandmother is still alive, no one could destroy the Yang clan." He then flicked his hair and said, "Besides, I'm a peak holy elder of the Apothecary Alliance." After he finished speaking, he put on the peak holy robe that the Apothecary Alliance gave him. The golden badge on his chest blinded everyone's eyes. Everyone in the Su clan hurriedly knelt down and said, "Greetings, young clan leader. We know our wrongs." The young clan leader of the Yang clan was a status that deserved them to kneel. However, they didn't kneel because Yang Wu was too young. They only did the proper etiquette and thought that nothing would happen. Now that they saw Yang Wu appear here as a peak holy alchemist, they had no choice but to kneel. With such a status, who knew how many saints would kneel down and follow Yang Wu? There were many saints outside the Yang clan who wanted to join the Yang clan and follow Yang Wu. The Yang clan didn't let these followers get to their head. Great-grandmother had said that they wouldn't take in any saint followers for now. Yang Wu was still on the bounty list. Who knew which one of them was the spy? They would put this matter aside for now. It was precisely because of great-grandmother's pressure that the Yang clan didn't wantonly take in these saints and small saints. If it wasn't for her pressure, the Yang clan's strength would have increased by at least 30%. A peak holy alchemist could establish a first-rate faction. This was definitely not an exaggeration. It wasn't that the Su clan didn't know of Yang Wu's name. It was precisely because they knew of his identity that they held onto the heavenly phoenix, jade, token, in hopes of negotiating with Yang Wu. Originally, they were prepared to be summoned by the Yang clan. Who knew that the Yang clan would directly send Yang Wu over? This time, they were filled with regret. In their eyes, offending a peak holy alchemist was even more ruthless than offending the young clan leader of the Yang clan. Yang Manfan looked at the current Yang Wu with starry eyes. She didn't know what to do. The others were also shocked by Yang Wu's style. All the arrogance in their hearts disappeared without a trace. Moreover, they hoped that Yang Wu would quickly solve the matter here and give them the promised medicinal liquid and pills. Yang Wu didn't push his luck. After showing off, he calmly said, "Everyone, get up. This time, I'm just teaching you a lesson. Some bottom lines can't be touched." The Su clan didn't dare to get up immediately. They waited until their old ancestor stood up shakily. Then, they prepared to stand up as well. Who knew that their old ancestor would reprimand them? Continue to kneel. The Su clan's 5 tigers and elders didn't dare to disobey. They could only continue to kneel like children who had done something wrong. The matter is done. Let's go. Yang Wu turned around and said to the 10 people beside him, "Young clan leader, don't go." Su Zhilan rushed over and hugged Yang Wu's leg as she wailed. "Old Su, what are you doing?" Yang Wu looked at Su Zhilan in surprise. "Young clan leader, we already know our wrongs. Please come to my clan as a guest. My Su clan is willing to be an ox or horse for the Yang clan for generations. Please don't be angry." Su Zhilan said very seriously, almost squeezing out tears. "Old Su doesn't need to think so much. This matter has already been resolved." Yang Wu responded, "This matter is over, but this old master's heart is uneasy. If young clan leader doesn't come to the clan for a visit, this old master will continue to kneel here." "Old Su, what are you doing? Crying, making a fuss, and threatening to hang yourself? If young clan leader feels satisfied, this old master will do it." Yang Wu was soft-hearted and agreed to Su Zhilan's visit. Otherwise, he was afraid that this old man would wipe his snot and saliva on his trousers. It was too unhygienic. The 10 people who came with Yang Wu were full of admiration for Yang Wu. They decided to follow the young clan leader in the future. Only then would they have a bright future. After experiencing a small setback, the Su clan was decorated with lanterns and colored banners. They happily welcomed Yang Wu and the others into the Su clan. The Su clan didn't dare to complain. Even their old ancestor was kneeling. What pride did they have left? This young clan leader was too domineering. He was so domineering that they couldn't even bring up the slightest bit of hatred. Unless they had a top saint in their clan, they would be able to challenge him. Otherwise, it was better to keep this resentment in their hearts and never expose it. The Su clan held a banquet and took out a lot of good wine and dishes. There were also some Spirit Spring Mountain fruits as they solemnly entertained Yang Wu and the others. In addition, the Su family's outstanding women were also called to accompany Yang Wu. Among them, a pair of beautiful twins were also prepared to accompany Yang Wu. Who would have thought that young man would be infatuated with Yang Wu's side? Her enchanting charm made the twins tactfully retreat. The Su clan did not do this kind of superfluous thing. Even a fool could tell that Yang Manfan was infatuated with Yang Wu. The 5 tigers of the Su clan lowered their posture and drank with the people of the Yang clan. Su Zhilan, on the other hand, accompanied Yang Wu. Other than apologizing, she also gave Yang Wu a lot of good things. There were holy stone, a large pile of herbs, and some necessary materials for refining. They did not dare to leave the others behind, and also gave them a filial piety fee. Even if it was not as much as Yang Wu, it was still enough to move people. The people of the Yang clan accepted it with a clear conscience. If they did not accept it, the people of the Su clan would not be able to eat or sleep in peace. Yang Wu was a top-notch saint alchemist and would not put the Su clan's filial piety in his eyes. However, he did not have the intention to dislike it. This was the other party's apology gift, so he had to accept it. Su Zhilan took the opportunity to explain the matter of the Heavenly Phoenix jade plate. Yang Wu heard it and did not take it to heart. He only told the Su clan not to be self-righteous in the future. Otherwise, they would end up like the Lin clan. Su Zhilan repeatedly patted her chest and promised that it would not happen again. At the same time, she did not forget to flatter Yang Wu, saying a bunch of good words without a single word. It was really hard on this guy. When everyone was almost done drinking, Su Zhilan carefully said to Yang Wu, "Young clan head, can we talk in private? This old man has something to ask of you." Yang Wu muttered to himself for a moment and said, "Then let's talk." Thus, Su Zhilan brought Yang Wu to the rear courtyard. The others continued to eat and drink, and no one asked what they were going to do. In the rear courtyard, the evening sun emitted rays of afterglow. The rays of light shone through the leaves, adding a trace of beauty to this mountain courtyard. After Su Zhilan invited Yang Wu to sit down, she had someone serve tea. She went straight to the point and said, "Young clan head, my Su clan has something to ask of you. If there's anything, you can tell the clan. What's the use of begging me?" Yang Wu said without batting an eyelid. "To tell you the truth, if the Su clan obtained a heavenly dragon jade plate this time, we would definitely not offer it up." Su Zhilan said with certainty. Then she said, "Young clan head, don't be angry. I know this is wrong, but my Su clan's son also hopes to shine in the battle between the dragons and the phoenixes and do something to bring glory to our ancestors. These are all human nature. For the sake of bringing glory to your ancestors, is it worth it to bury your entire clan?" Yang Wu asked back. Su Zhilan smiled bitterly and said, "Young clan head is right. Only now do I understand what a childish thing I did before. This old man has lived for 1,000 years like a dog." In the next moment, he knelt in front of Yang Wu and said, "Young clan head, please accept my Su clan son as your follower and participate in the battle for the Heavenly Dragon list." Chapter 981. Everyone only knew that the Su family had 5 tigers, but they didn't know that they had a little tiger. Moreover, this little tiger's talent was astonishing. He had already reached the dragon transformation realm at such a young age. Moreover, he had been fighting with vicious beasts and spirit demons in the wilderness. Not many people knew of his existence. This little tiger was the hope of the Su family's future. He was also a tiger that Su Zhilan had nurtured with all his heart. Compared to him, the other 5 tigers were much inferior. The Heavenly Dragon ranking competition couldn't be ignored. It was a test for the chance to reach the Star Rune realm. Su Zhilan had thought of using the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token to exchange for the Heavenly Dragon Jade token, but he only dared to think about it. Later on, the other 5 tigers made a request to Yang Wu. They didn't want the little tiger to follow Yang Wu, but they hoped to get some body-tempering prescriptions from Yang Wu to continue strengthening the little tiger's foundation. This way, even if he didn't participate in the competition, he would be able to take that step in the near future and strengthen the Su family's foundation. Following the appearance of Yang Wu, Su Zhilan was beaten to the point that even his mother couldn't recognize him. The abnormal combat strength he displayed gave Su Zhilan a new idea. That little tiger that he thought had extraordinary potential was still lacking compared to Yang Wu. Moreover, Yang Wu had the identity of a top-notch saint pharmacist. He had the chance to become a divine pharmacist in the future. That little tiger wouldn't lose out if he followed Yang Wu. This was also the reason why Su Zhilan was willing to kneel. Yang Wu didn't immediately reply to Su Zhilan's words, nor did he let him stand up. He had the ability to make a saint kneel. This feeling was really good. Yang Wu didn't make it clear. He was thinking about Su Zhilan's suggestion. Should he take in a follower from the Su family? He didn't have many people with him. Other than Sun Do and Lu Ji, there was Lei Zhongjuan, white-haired demoness Yin Qi, flying tiger, Hong Immo, Hong Ying, silver pattern turtle by Lu Yin, Yang Jinlong, the 3 barbarian demons, and so on. At the very most, there weren't more than 20 people. This kind of people was too little for his identity as a top-notch saint pharmacist. Even for his identity as the young patriarch, it was only average. Moreover, these people were all in the stage of being nurtured, so there weren't many who could help him. Actually, in his heart, he hoped that he could have a few saint-level creatures to fight for him. That way, his life would be guaranteed. Those who hadn't matured yet would be a burden to him at the moment. Young clan leader, my Su family's Lang, was born with the tiger fiend body. He is a natural-born cultivator and will definitely not weaken the young clan leader's reputation. Su Zhilan said again, "Let him come and see me," Yang Wu said after pondering for a moment. "Yes, young patriarch." Su Zhilan responded excitedly. She quickly got up and summoned the little tiger that the Su family had hidden away. Soon, Su Zhilan brought a young man draped in tiger skin over. This young man looked to be in his early 20s. His appearance was average, but he had a pair of frightening, angry eyes. Normal people wouldn't dare to look him in the eyes, as they would be frightened by his aura. His body was filled with explosive power. His bulging muscles were incomparably sturdy, and there were also clear scars on his body, which added to his baleful aura. He was the Su family's little tiger, Su Zhu. When Yang Wu saw this young man for the first time, he couldn't help but exclaim in his heart, "What a dense, baleful aura in his eyes." "Su Zhu, quickly greet the young clan leader," Su Zhilan said to the young man. The young man didn't kneel. Instead, he looked at Yang Wu. His eyes were filled with a baleful aura that could make people tremble in fear. When he saw that Yang Wu didn't move, he cupped his hands and said, "Su Zhu greets the young clan leader. Impudent, kneel down and pay your respects." Su Zhilan couldn't help but scold the young man. The young man called Su Zhu didn't listen. He continued to stand, as if he wouldn't kneel even if the sky collapsed. Seeing that Su Zhilan was about to attack Su Zhu, Yang Wu waved his hand and said, "Don't wear away his pride." After a pause, he said, "If you must wear him down, leave it to me, the young clan leader. I'm the best at this." Young clan leader, Su Zhu is 33 years old this year. With my own abilities, I broke through to the Dragon Transformation realm and can fight against those at the peak of the Dragon Transformation realm. I wonder how old you are and how strong you are. Su Zhu's eyes were filled with confidence. His confidence and arrogance were two completely different things. He had been cultivating with all his might since he was young. Even without Su Zhilan's supervision, he still worked hard to do so. He entered all kinds of forests and mountains to fight with tigers and leopards. With his astonishing willpower, he reached his current level of strength. Even the top geniuses of the various large factions couldn't compare to him. Su Zhu hadn't seen Yang Wu's information before, nor had he heard anything about Yang Wu. He had been summoned back at the last minute. Otherwise, he would still be in the forests and mountains. Aside from his innate tiger-killing intent, it also had to do with the killing intent he had cultivated from killing tigers and leopards all year round. Stinking brat, did you become stupid in the mountains? You actually dare to compare yourself with the young clan leader in this. Su Zhilan was furious. She really wanted to teach Su Zhu a lesson. Yang Wu was so amazing. This was also the reason why Su Zhilan was willing to let Su Zhu be his follower. Su Zhu actually didn't understand the reason behind this, and was competing with Yang Wu in terms of talent. Yang Wu walked over to Su Zhu and smiled. "I am Yang Wu. I am 24 years old this year. I was born in the mortal world and only came to the transcendent realm a few years ago. My strength is one level higher than yours. I am a high-level Dragon Transformation realm cultivator. I just beat up your ancestor." Yang Wu silently released his aura. With the roar of the black tortoise, it was as if a true dragon had descended. Su Zhu's killing intent seemed to have met its nemesis, and it quickly retreated in fear. Su Zhu's eyes rippled with killing intent. Shock appeared on his face as he said, "Dragon killing intent. You are a true dragon." Su Zhu was born with tiger killing intent. He didn't know if he was the white tiger killing star, but he was extremely sensitive to all kinds of killing intent. The killing intent released by Yang Wu was extremely shocking. Even his tiger killing intent couldn't resist it. It was as if he had seen a true dragon appear in front of him. He couldn't look straight at it. Yang Wu retracted his aura and said with a faint smile, "I am a genuine human. Stinking brat, hurry up and kneel down. You have thrown away my face. Not only is the young master's battle prowess strong enough to beat up your ancestor, but he's also a top-notch saint pharmacist of the Apothecary Alliance. The difference between you and him is like the difference between a firefly and the moon. You overestimate yourself," Su Zhilan said sternly. This time, Su Zhu didn't dare to be presumptuous. He knelt down on one knee and said to Yang Wu, "Please forgive me, young master. Su Zhu is willing to follow you." Su Zhu knelt down with a lot of force. Even the blue stone tiles on the ground cracked. Who said that he was only a martial artist? Who said that he was a barbarian who fought with tigers and leopards all year round? His heart was as sharp as a fox's. In front of a young man who was many times more monstrous than him, his arrogance was nothing but a fart. Only by following him could he become stronger. Perhaps one day, he could even surpass him. The ambition in his eyes was covered by his killing intent. Su Zhilan heaved a sigh of relief. A comforting smile hung on her face. This little tiger of the Su clan didn't disappoint her. The Su clan was only a second-rate force. Even if they had some foundation, they could only help him break through to the Star-Rune realm at most. It would be extremely difficult for him to advance further. Without the corresponding mystic arts, even the best talent would be wasted. However, the Yang clan was different. Even if they had declined, they were still a first-rate force. They used to be the overlord of a region. Their foundation was much stronger than the Su clans. Moreover, they had an extremely powerful great-grandmother. Su Zhu's stage should be above that level. Yang Wu smiled. His left and right arms were all present. Staff Demon Sun Do, Military Advisor Lu Ji, Overlord Yang Ba, Medicine God Miao Miao, and Tiger King Su Zhu. Such a lineup would definitely shock the world in the future. Yang Wu led the 10 members of the Yang clan and Su Zhu out of the Su clan. Su Zhilan led the 5 tigers and sent them into the spatial gate. They watched as they left. Old Master, was it worth it? Su Dahu asked Su Zhilan. What do you mean, was it worth it? Su Zhilan asked back. The Heavenly Phoenix Jade token was given for nothing. Su Zhu was taken away by him. You beat him up for nothing, Su Dahu replied. The Heavenly Phoenix Jade token isn't something we can get our hands on in the first place. Su Zhu left with him willingly. Do you think I can force him? Su Zhilan said with a wisp of wisdom. He paused for a moment before continuing. This old man didn't beat him up for nothing. Don't disturb me during this time. I'm going into seclusion. How could the 5 tigers of the Su clan see that he was holding a Star-Rune pill? That was a high-grade pill that could help a saint reach a higher level. Yang Wu returned to the Yang clan without a hitch. He had already made the decision to give the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token to Yang Mami. He had to explain this matter to Yang Jinghai so that he wouldn't feel uncomfortable. Yang Jinghai didn't care about this matter at all. He even joked about whether or not he was interested in Yang Mami. As the clan head, he could make the decision and force them to be together. Yang Wu couldn't be bothered to dwell on this matter. He changed the topic and said, Clan head, the battle for the Dragon Phoenix Jade token has more people than people. Shouldn't we also do something and fight for more Jade tokens? We can also use this opportunity to train the people in the clan so that they can seize their own opportunities. This clan head remembers what you said at the training field. I thought about it and decided that you should lead the 10 of them to fight for the tokens. The others are still a bit lacking, Yang Jinghai replied. Yang Wu retorted, Clan head's words are wrong. If the clan always protects them like this, then they can forget about surpassing the Xing clan. I saw with my own eyes how the Xing clan trained their clansmen. Yang Wu recounted to Yang Jinghai what he had seen at the fire execution ground. Yang Jinghai's expression kept changing as he listened. In the end, he sighed softly and said, You are right. Our Yang clan has been afraid of the Xing clan for the past few years. We are afraid that the Xing clan will seize the opportunity to kill our prodigies. It is precisely because of this that they have lost their drive. Perhaps it is the best choice for them to go out and train. It does not matter even if they do not obtain the Dragon Phoenix Jade token. That's right. That's what I meant. Yang Wu nodded. It's dangerous for them to go out. As a Saint Alchemist, you can't just stand by and watch. I'll give them some body tempering and healing medicine now. Chapter 982. The Heavenly Dragon List and the Heavenly Phoenix List were called the Dragon and Phoenix List. The Battle of the Dragon and Phoenix List had not started yet, but the Dragon and Phoenix List had already been opened. The Divination Tower had made a prediction. As long as one could get into the top 10,000, no matter where they came from, they would gain a lot of face. Currently, the Heavenly Dragon List only had 4,000 names. There were still 5,000 names that hadn't been made public yet. Because the 5,000 Heavenly Dragon Jade plates hadn't appeared yet, no one knew who would get them. Even the Divination Tower couldn't make a prediction in advance. There were many Heavenly Dragon Jade plates and Heavenly Phoenix Jade plates that hadn't been taken yet. The War Clan world was one of the strongest worlds in the Transcendent world. There were many dragon and phoenix jade plates. The Xin Yuan clan had the most, followed by the Ho clan, the Sun clan, the Xing clan, the Li clan, the Lu clan, the Qin clan, and the Yang clan. The Yang clan had the least. They only had one dragon and phoenix jade plate. The other clans had at least 3 dragon and phoenix jade plates. Apart from the War Clan's jade plates, there were also some people who had accidentally obtained dragon and phoenix jade plates that were scattered all over the world. The 8 great clans sent their young people to seize the dragon and phoenix jade plates. Whoever was stronger would get the dragon and phoenix jade plates. The Yang clan was also collecting information. They also wanted to get 1 or 2 dragon and phoenix jade plates. Not every territory in the War Clan world belonged to the 8 great clans. There were some areas that were not governed by the 8 great clans. There was a place called Duanren City. There were all kinds of people in the city. Many of them had offended the War Clan or were wanted by the 8 great clans. They all liked to hide their identities and live there for the rest of their lives. The reason why Duanren City was such a place was because of its owner. This city lord named Duanren was once a famous villain on the bounty list. He had a lot of enemies, and their influence was extremely large. Many of his enemies chased after him, and they even invited many experts to place a bounty on his head. In the end, they were all killed by him in front of the city. He named this city after himself, and occupied this area that no one from the War Clan had jurisdiction over. This place was surrounded by barren hills and unruly rivers. It was indeed not a good place to live. It was close to the Li and Lu families' territories, and they used this place as their boundary. After Duanren occupied this city, the 2 families originally wanted to send out troops, but for some unknown reason, they changed their minds in the end. Now that Duanren had become a great devil lord, no one dared to provoke him. After occupying this city, he didn't bother to manage it, leaving it to his disciples and grand disciples to manage. After the battle between the dragons and the phoenixes began, 2 jade tokens had fallen into this place. There was news that others had fled here to avoid being hunted down. Suddenly, the War Clan heard the news, and they all sent out young experts to Duanren City to search for the 2 jade tokens. Anyone who obtained the jade tokens would keep them, and no one would know their whereabouts. Before the battle between the dragons and phoenixes, the jade tokens would sense each other. As long as the people who had the jade tokens were close to each other, they would be able to sense each other and find the whereabouts of the other jade token. This was also so that the jade tokens could be gathered every time to start the battle between the dragons and phoenixes. Regardless of whether this was true or not, people from various clans had already come. The Yang family also received the news, and Yang Wu brought Yang Yifan, Yang Manmi, Yang Chunlong, and the others to kill their way over. Yang Tianlin didn't come. This Qilin son was never willing to fall behind others. He had obtained the Heavenly Dragon Jade token, so he didn't want to fight for it. He just wanted to wait for the battle between the dragons and phoenixes to start. Yang Jinghai couldn't force him, so he just let him be. Yang Jinghai didn't want Yang Wu to take risks. He was one of the top 1,000 people on the bounty list. Wherever he went, there would be saints looking for him. Besides, this time, the Xing family might send people to steal the jade tokens. He didn't want anything to happen to Yang Wu. There was a reason why Yang Wu insisted on going. He had broken through 2 levels from the initial level of the dragon transformation level to the holy dragon body. Even he didn't know how strong he was. He needed a strong whetstone to test his fighting abilities. Besides, he was the young master of the dragon transformation level. He couldn't hide in the clan like a turtle. He wanted to take some responsibility and help the clan get more jade tokens. He had already asked the clan to offer a reward. Whoever could provide the jade tokens would receive 3 holy medicinal pills. They could also exchange them for other valuable items. 3 holy medicinal pills were enough to buy the life of an ordinary saint. Such a reward would only be higher than that of the other war clans. Not everyone can make holy medicinal pills as easily as Yang Wu. Every holy medicinal pill was more valuable than a jade token. A jade token could only help a young person become a saint, but a holy medicinal pill could help a small saint or half-saint become a saint. It was obvious which was more valuable. Many people thought that the Yang family was crazy. They didn't treat holy medicinal pills as holy medicinal pills. However, when they thought about the fact that the Yang family had a top saint pharmacist, they felt that it was reasonable. The Yang family didn't lack holy medicinal pills. What they lacked was a powerful saint who could grow through competition. Yang Wu provoked the Yang family members in the martial arts field. He hoped to awaken their bloodthirst and restore the Yang family's name as a war clan. This time, other than proving his fighting abilities, he was also showing that he was a good example. Before he left, he had promised his great-grandmother that if he encountered a saint, he would immediately use the supreme heaven decree that she had refined, which could directly kill a saint. If it was a supreme heaven realm old monster, he would have to crush the jade tube immediately. Otherwise, only death would await him. However, the sky-reaching realm old monster would not go so far as to attack a junior like Yang Wu. Apart from his great-grandmother's decree, his top saint robe wasn't made of paper. Also, his gold-green badge had the ability to save lives. Those were all his trump cards. In his eyes, those were just external things. His biggest advantage was that he had become stronger. This time, Yang Wu and the others didn't keep a low profile. They all rode their mounts and rushed to Duanren City with high morale. There was no space portal between Duanren City and the outside world. They had to fly to get there. There were barren hills and turbulent rivers. They could be attacked by ferocious beasts, spirit beasts, or other races. Although those places were barren, there could be one or two holy beasts hiding in the mountains. They couldn't underestimate any place in the extraordinary world. Yang Wu was sitting cross-legged on the back of the silver-patterned turtle. The silver-patterned turtle had changed a lot. Its body hadn't become bigger, but its shell was different. There were crisscrossing patterns on its shell. It looked like an 8 trigrams array. Its head looked more ferocious, and its tail looked like a snake. It looked like the legendary black tortoise. He had refined the black tortoise's blood essence that Yang Wu had given him. His blood spirit power had increased, and his cultivation speed had increased. With the help of the holy body wine, he had broken through to the small holy beast level. His biggest gain wasn't his cultivation level, it was his blood spirit. He had obtained a fighting spell, and his cultivation speed had increased. He was now a first-class spirit beast. He wasn't an ordinary turtle anymore. Yang Yifan was riding on a blue sea lion. This blue sea lion was a powerful spirit demon that was good at sea and land battles. Its fur was blue, and only its forehead had white fur, which made it look majestic. Yang Mammy was sitting on a 3-tailed marten. This 3-tailed marten had a small body, just like a dog. Yang Mammy didn't look very coordinated while sitting on it, but its speed was the fastest. She wanted to ride with Yang Wu, but she wasn't that thick-skinned. She didn't dare ask. The others were riding different mounts. None of them were ordinary. Among them, Su Zhu was riding on a gray tiger demon. This tiger demon didn't seem to have any aura, and its eyes were always sleepy, as if it hadn't woken up at all. However, Su Zhu didn't mind at all. He carried his tiger tooth club and silently followed behind Yang Wu. In this group of people, only Su Zhu was not a member of the Yang clan, and his body was suffused with a murderous aura, so no one was willing to approach him, let alone talk to him. He was also happy to be alone. In his eyes, the Yang clan would sooner or later become his stumbling blocks. When Yang Wu and the others came out, Meow Meow returned to the Alchemist Union. Yang Wu wanted to bring Meow Meow with him, but that guy seemed to have changed. He said he missed the old ancestor, and that they would meet again soon. Meow Meow had been taught by Yang Taihe in the Dragon Tomb. He had learned a lot. This time, he was probably going to break through to the Dragon Transformation realm. He might even participate in the battle between the dragons and the phoenixes. Yang Wu didn't stop him. He sent people from a Yang family to escort him back to the Alchemist Union. They agreed to meet again in the future. Young family head, all the large battle clans have sent people to fight for the Jade tokens. We received the news too late. Will we still have a chance? Yang Yifan said with a trace of worry. With his strength, he wouldn't be satisfied if he couldn't get a heavenly dragon Jade token. This time, he came with hope, but he was afraid of returning disappointed. There's still a chance if we go. If we don't go, there's no chance at all. Yang Wu replied, "That's right. In any case, we'll just treat it as a form of training. The medicinal liquid that the young clan leader gave me has strengthened my physique. I was just worried that I wouldn't have a chance to fight against the fellows from the other battle clans. It would be best if we meet the Xing clan and kill them all." Another Yang clan genius said, "Yes, I haven't thanked young family head yet. As expected of a sane alchemist. That medicine is too miraculous. I always thought that my foundation was very good, but now I know that it's far from enough." Another person said, before the expedition, Yang Wu had given each of them medicinal liquids and medicinal pills to help their physiques become stronger. These were all given to them by Yang Wu. They were all deeply grateful. It's a good thing that you can become stronger. Otherwise, you'll lose the Yang family's face. Yang Wu said with a smile. He then continued, "When we reach Duanren City, we must not be impulsive. Everything we do is to obtain the jade tokens. Besides, this time we're going out with a jade token. Who knows if we'll be targeted by the battle clans? We must be prepared to fight with all our strength." "Yes, young family head," everyone replied seriously. Chapter 983. The vast mountain range and lush forest gave one a wide view. The scenery was beautiful, and it made one feel relaxed and happy. The danger hidden in such beautiful scenery was not something an ordinary person could imagine. When Yang Wu and his group passed through this place, they were attacked by a group of beasts. These beasts were very fierce, and they came in groups. Each of them was no weaker than a king, and there were quite a few Sky Realm existences. Their numbers were shocking, and it was very scary to see them all flying over. Yang Wu's group didn't come here to hunt these vicious beasts. They formed a team and forcibly tore through their blockade and left. None of the Yang family's people who were selected for the Jade token were weak. As soon as they passed through the first obstacle, a new one appeared. It was the three-headed, three-eyed fierce hawk, which had reached the level of minor demon saint. They were the kings of the sky, and their flying speed was extremely fast. Bursts of raging flames were flapped out of their wings, and the soaring flames burned towards Yang Wu and his group. "Leave these three beasts to me," Yang Qinlong shouted in surprise, riding on a dragonhawk and volunteering himself to do the job. In the next moment, Yang Qinlong waved his battle spear, and it was like a water dragon was gathering and attacking the three-eyed hawks. Yang Qinlong was at the advanced dragon transformation realm and had the strength to challenge those at the peak dragon transformation realm. The moment he attacked, he immediately suppressed the three-eyed fierce hawks. That astonishing spear aura pierced through the firepower and landed on the three-eyed fierce hawks. Just when Yang Qinlong thought that he had succeeded, the third eye of one of the three-eyed hawks released a terrifying fire. This fire seemed to come from the end of the sky, and it was very fast. In the blink of an eye, it was in front of Yang Qinlong's chest. Bang! The shocking penetrating power shattered Yang Qinlong's minor saint armor. He spat out a mouthful of blood and quickly fell back. When everyone saw this, their faces revealed a trace of astonishment. That three-eyed ardent hawk was only at the intermediate small demon realm, but it was able to make Yang Qinlong suffer a loss. That beam of fire was not simple. This is the result of a lack of combat experience. No matter what opponent you face, you can't let your guard down. If he wasn't wearing armor, he would have been seriously injured even if he didn't die, Yang Wu said lightly. "Qinlong is still young. We can't ask too much of him," someone said from the side. Yang Qinlong was only in his early 30s. 2 years ago, he had entered the God of War Pagoda with Yang Wu. He was indeed the second youngest among them. "Are you as young as me?" Yang Wu retorted. That person choked on his words of wanting to fight. The others also revealed strange expressions. They felt that Yang Wu's words were too hurtful, but they couldn't refute it. After Yang Qinlong killed the three-eyed fierce eagles, he turned back to Yang Wu and said with shame, "Young patriarch, I've embarrassed you." Yang Wu shook his head and said, "It's not that you've embarrassed me. It's that you've embarrassed yourself. You underestimated your opponent. These beasts' talents are very obvious. If they can grow a third eye, they must have extraordinary abilities. You have to be careful. If their cultivation level is higher than yours, you'll be dead." He paused for a moment and then said, "Don't blame me for saying this. Here, only Yifan and Suju have a lot of combat experience. You all need to strengthen yourselves. I've decided that on the way here, each of you will kill 10 small saint beasts before heading to Duanren City. If we do that, won't it delay us from getting the Heavenly Dragon and Heavenly Phoenix Jade Plates?" Someone said unhappily, "You don't have enough strength. If you had the Jade Plates, you would have soaked in the medicinal liquid that I gave you. You would have also taken the body-shaping pills that I concocted for you. However, they haven't been able to completely absorb the medicinal strength of the pills. Only in battle can they use the medicinal strength of the pills to strengthen your body. That way, you will have an advantage in the competition for the Jade Plates," Yang Wu said in a serious tone. The others looked unhappy. Yang Wu said, "If you don't want to do it, then go back. Isn't it just killing some ferocious beasts? I'm not afraid of killing demons. Why should I be afraid of ferocious beasts?" shouted Yang Yifan. He rode on his blue sea lion and started looking for ferocious beasts. The others had no choice but to swallow their dissatisfaction and look for ferocious beasts. They wanted to finish their tasks as soon as possible. There were a lot of ferocious beasts in this wilderness. It wasn't difficult for each of them to find 10 minor saint ferocious beasts. The difficult part was that they were afraid of provoking more powerful ferocious beasts. Sure enough, after they took the initiative to attack, many ferocious beasts rushed out. There were king, heaven, and minor saint beasts. They had no choice but to fight fiercely with them. Yang Wu didn't forget to remind them when they were fighting fiercely with the ferocious beasts. "I hope you can finish your task quickly. Otherwise, don't blame me if the Jade Plates are taken away by other clans." They had no choice but to fight for the Jade Plates. Yang Wu didn't take action. He was watching their battle. Other than checking their combat strength, he also had to pay attention to their safety. He was the leader this time, so he had to be responsible for their safety. However, if their lives weren't in danger, he wouldn't take action. A treasured sword comes from sharpening. Yang Wu understood this principle better than anyone else. You can blame me or not. This is the law of survival in the jungle. Yang Wu murmured in his heart. Among the 10 of them, Yang Yifan was the most experienced one. He didn't rush into the group of ferocious beasts to kill them blindly. Instead, he hid himself and waited for an opportunity to strike. It was fine if he didn't take action, but once he took action, he would be defeated. It was similar to the Tao of Ambush. He had been fighting with the devil race for many years. It wasn't just combat strength that mattered, but also intelligence. If he was careless, he might die. He didn't want to die, so he had to be more cautious. Yang Yifan killed more than 10 ferocious beasts. 2 of them were minor saint ferocious beasts. His speed was fast, but he couldn't beat Suju. Suju was the fastest person to kill the ferocious beasts. Yang Wu finally witnessed Suju's murderous tiger aura. It was definitely Suju's innate talent. The ferocious beasts in front of him were all frightened by his murderous gaze. He took advantage of the critical moment and smashed the ferocious beasts' heads with his tiger fawn club. Suju's attack was simple, but it had the most destructive power. He seemed to know where the ferocious beasts' weaknesses were. Wherever he went, the ferocious beasts' corpses would be left behind. They were all killed in one strike. This guy's hunting ability is really strong, Yang Wu exclaimed. Compared to Suju's methods, Yang Wu felt a little ashamed. Suju must have been fighting with these ferocious beasts all year round. Otherwise, he wouldn't have such destructive power. Suju's cultivation level was 2 realms lower than Yang Yifan's. His speed was the fastest, and he even exceeded the quota. The others were less efficient. Even Yang Mami was the same. She had the strength of a peak dragon transformation realm cultivator, but her ability to kill ferocious beasts was average. When she encountered a ferocious beast of the same level, she was almost helpless. When she was in danger, Yang Wu had no choice but to step in and kill the ferocious beast with a single palm strike. Yang Mami lightly patted her chest and said, "You scared me to death." Yang Wu didn't dare to look at Yang Mami's chest. He only looked at her enchanting eyes and said seriously, "Big sister Mammy, you can't be like this. You have the heavenly phoenix jade tablet and are prepared to compete with the geniuses of various realms. If you can't even kill a ferocious beast like this, you'll only be eliminated in the future. I know. I've always been focused on increasing my strength and lack battle experience. I'll get used to it as soon as possible." Yang Manmi stuck out her cute little tongue and acted cute. Yang Wu couldn't help but admit that she was an enchanting vixen. He really didn't want her to die on the battlefield in the future. Over the next few days, Yang Manmi worked very hard to kill ferocious beasts. Yang Wu also gave her some pointers from time to time. She understood very quickly and was finally able to display the strength that she should have. In addition, Yang Wu arranged for Su Zhu and Yang Yifan to train the others. Every day after the hunt, they would talk about their battle experiences, what they felt, what weaknesses they discovered, and so on. Very quickly, this group of people fell in love with the feeling of hunting ferocious beasts. It was just like when they were at the general level and were sent to the mountains to temper themselves. This feeling of increasing their strength through hunting was really good. Their journey wasn't all smooth sailing. 2 of them were seriously injured by the ferocious beasts, while the others were more or less injured. Fortunately, they had Yang Wu, a top-notch saint alchemist. Every night, Yang Wu would concoct medicinal liquids for them to help them quickly recover from their injuries. They finally realized how much Yang Wu cared for them. Their gazes towards Yang Wu became much gentler. Along the way, Yang Wu didn't stay idle. He kept picking herbs in this area. These barren mountains were fertile land for him. The herbs that could be seen everywhere were useful. There were also many high-level herbs that could be used to great effect. That night, they were attacked by a large number of bats. Among them, there was even a bat emperor that had reached the saint realm. In the dark, they were at a disadvantage. Their vision was greatly obstructed, so it became very difficult to kill these bats. Just as they were panicking, they once again witnessed Yang Wu's powerful strength. Mystical Flame Technique. This was a divine alchemy technique of the Dan clan. It was one of the inheritances left behind by the Dan clan's ancestor. Yang Wu had obtained it from Peach Pink Flame. He controlled Blue Enchantress to form a blue sea of flames. Flames jumped up and down, and bats died under the Saint Flame. Squeak, squeak. These bats screamed continuously. That Saint Realm bat emitted a terrifying sound wave power. It wanted to destroy Yang Wu's soul. Waves of invisible power fell from the sky. The others covered their heads and fell to the ground in pain. They couldn't bear it. Seeing that they were about to be devoured by the bats, Yang Wu uttered a terrifying Buddhist chant. A swastika was transmitted from his soul, and the shocking power dispelled the demonic chant of the bats. A large number of bats fell from the sky. The saint-level bat was also affected by the impact of this power. Its ferocity did not diminish, and it wanted to dive down towards Yang Wu. Before it could reach Yang Wu, the smell of death shrouded its body. A death scythe slashed across and cut it in half. Yang Wu had killed a saint. Chapter 984. Yang Wu's growth was too fast. He had faced many opponents and had almost been killed by saints. Now, he finally had the power to kill saints. Everybody was astonished. A few days ago, when Yang Wu had beaten up Su Zhilan, people thought that Su Zhilan had let him win. Now, they didn't think so anymore. Yang Wu was too strong. Ordinary saints couldn't pose a threat to him. That was why Yang Wu wanted to lead the team to fight for the Celestial Dragon Jade Plate and the Celestial Phoenix Jade Plate. He was confident that he could win the Jade Plates for his family. At the same time, he wasn't afraid of being attacked again. At least, he could protect himself. The young geniuses of the Yang clan and Su Zhu were deeply impressed by Yang Wu's fighting abilities. Only then were these people willing to let go of their pride and humbly asked Yang Wu for advice on combat experience and techniques, as well as ways to improve their foundation. Yang Wu didn't hide anything. He told them everything he knew. They all benefited a lot. They now knew that Yang Wu's growth wasn't due to luck. He had achieved it step by step. They admired Yang Wu and were willing to listen to Yang Wu's orders. Unknowingly, Yang Wu had used his own actions to conquer the young geniuses of the Yang clan. He had also conquered Suzhou. 2 days later, they finally got close to Duanren City. Duanren City. Apart from the name of the city's leader, Duanren, it was also named after the city's unique features. In the city, there was a mountain that pierced through the clouds. At the top of the mountain, there was a huge cut. It looked as if a peerless cultivator had cut off a corner of the mountain. The mountain looked like it was cut off by a peerless cultivator. All the buildings in the city were built around Duanren Mountain. There were no walls. Any living creature could enter the city freely. Even the ferocious beasts would occasionally enter the city to eat people. The people of the city were incomparably tough. Many of them were wanted criminals. Some of them had committed heinous crimes. They had hidden there for the rest of their lives. This time, someone had obtained a jade tablet and was hiding in Duanren City. The enemy was hiding there because they had made preparations. After arriving here, they didn't need to worry about killing people. They also didn't need to worry about strong retaliation. Duanren City was a special place. Nobody dared to break the rules here. If they provoked Tong Tianlao, who didn't care about worldly affairs, they would even kill people from the war clan. There was once a peak-level saint who didn't believe this and challenged that old monster Tong Tian's bottom line. He was smashed into meat paste, and the other party was a consecrated sacred elder of the war race. That race didn't even stand up for him, and the matter was left unsettled. From then on, Duanren City became a special place in the battle's world. Now, the Qin clan, the Li clan, the Lu clan, and the Sun clan had arrived in Duanren City. They had sent more people than the Yang clan. They had already used the jade tablets to find the whereabouts of the other jade tablets. They had also found out where the other people were, but they were fighting against each other. The person who had the jade tablet had taken advantage of the situation and hadn't taken the jade tablet yet. The person who had the jade tablet wasn't weak either. If he could take the jade tablet, it meant that he had some skills. Besides, he had a lot of people on his side. That was why he was able to deal with the war clan. The person who had the jade tablet was called Zhou Dao. People called him Little Sword Saint. He had already fused with his sword and was at the peak of the dragon transformation layer. He was 1 year away from becoming 100 years old. He was very lucky to have the Heavenly Dragon Jade Tablet. He didn't want to give up this opportunity to participate in the battle between the dragons and the phoenixes. He had a group of people who were weaker than him, but they were all experienced fighters. They weren't easy to deal with. It was easier said than done to take the Heavenly Dragon Jade Tablet from him. Apart from that, Zhou Dao also had a first-level Celestial Pattern Saint teacher in Duanren City. The war clan hadn't sent any saints to fight against him. It was easier said than done to take the Heavenly Dragon Jade Tablet. Zhou Dao's teacher had said that he would fight to the death with anyone who dared to take his disciple's opportunity. He was very protective of his disciple. The threat of a first-level Celestial Pattern Saint was like a fart in the ears of the war clan's geniuses. They didn't care about it. They thought that if the enemy really attacked, he wouldn't dare do anything. When the Li clan's people were fighting against Zhou Dao's teacher attacked and injured a few of the Li clan's geniuses. Even though he didn't kill anyone, it was a warning. Nobody dared to act recklessly. The war clan's geniuses didn't have the face to go back to their clan and ask for help. They could only rely on themselves to fight against Zhou Dao's teacher and Zhou Dao. They had an imperial edict and holy weapons. The Qin clan's leader was Qin Xianli. The Li clan's leader was Li Zhen, and the Lu clan's leader was Lu Zishu. The three of them were preparing to attack Zhou Dao's teacher, enlightened Master Jiang. It wouldn't be easy for Zhou Dao to get rid of him first. In the sky above Duanren City, there were a few groups of people facing each other. The atmosphere was tense. A battle could start at any moment. Those people were from the Qin, Li, and Lu clans, as well as Jiang Zhenren and Zhou Dao. Jiang Zhenren, this is a matter between young people. You're an old man, and you still want to get involved. You don't put the war clan in your eyes. Qin Xianli raised a heavy sword and pointed at Jiang Zhenren. Qin Xianli was a tall and handsome man. He was holding a sword and standing in the air. He looked like a swordsman. Jiang Zhenren was a tall and thin old man. His hair was short and he wore coarse clothes. He carried an ordinary broadsword on his back. He looked like an ordinary broadsword user. There was nothing special about him. Your great war clans don't lack the heavenly dragon jade plate. Why are you so aggressive? My disciple has the qualifications to participate in this battle between the dragons and phoenixes. Don't you lose the demeanor of a great clan by forcefully seizing it? Taoist Master Jiang said faintly. Behind him was a middle-aged man. He held a large saber shaped like a horse ghost, and his entire body was surrounded by waves of profound qi. It was the small saber saint, Zhou Dao. This person had learned the saber from Zhenren Jiang since he was young, and his saber skills had already surpassed his master. The heavenly dragon jade tablet isn't something that you rogue cultivators can touch. Hand it over immediately. Otherwise, you'll all die today. Li Clan's Li Zhen held a small pagoda and said, "Why are you talking so much nonsense? Since you're working together, let's kill. What a mere first-level star pattern saint. Our 3 saint weapons can suppress him." Lu Zishu said from the side, "If you don't have a saint weapon, I'll kill you like chickens and dogs." Zhou Dao said with a gloomy face, "Aha, if your master doesn't attack, I can kill you with one hand. Are you willing to fight?" Li Zhen laughed wildly. "Why are you talking so much nonsense? If you want to fight, then come." Jiang Zhenren replied coldly. The battle began. Qin Xinli, Li Zhen, and Lu Zishu took out their saint weapons and tore open an imperial edict. They combined the power of the imperial edict with the saint weapons to kill Jiang Zhenren. "How can these external forces deal with me?" Jiang Zhenren said. The star patterns on his body flickered with the power of the stars. He pulled out his sword, and a sword shadow seemed to break through the sky. It tore open the space and collided with the 3 saint weapons. Rumble, rumble. The others attacked Zhou Dao and the people behind him. This battle had to determine who would be the final owner of the heavenly dragon jade tablet. The Sun clan didn't participate in the battle. They hid below and watched the battle, ready to fish in troubled waters at any time. Apart from them, there were many geniuses eyeing this place covetously. No one wanted to miss this battle. However, some people knew their limits and didn't dare to participate. Otherwise, they wouldn't even know how they died. While they were fighting, Yang Wu and the others arrived at Broken Blade City. Yang Wu took out the heavenly dragon jade tablet and sensed the location of the other tablets. He immediately discovered that there were several heavenly dragon jade tablets not far away. Yang Mami also used her heavenly phoenix jade tablet and sensed the same direction as Yang Wu. At the moment when the Yang clan's people wanted to rush over, Yang Yifan said, "There's a fierce battle over there. It's definitely a battle for the jade tablets. If we rush over there, I'm afraid it won't end well for us." Yang Wu gazed into the distance. He could sense that there was a holy battle going on. The battle for the jade tablets was intense. "What do you think we should do? Should we wait for the battle to end and then snatch it, or should we snatch it now?" asked Yang Wu. "Snatching it now isn't a good idea," said the crowd at the same time. "You're thinking the same thing as many others. You want to fish in troubled waters, but it's not that easy to fish," said Yang Wu. "What do you think we should do?" "We'll listen to you," asked Yang Mami as she approached Yang Wu. "If it was me, I would definitely kill my way over and snatch the jade tablet. But I want you to fight for it. After all, this is what you need, not what I need. I can only protect you after you obtain the jade tablet." Yang Wu replied, "The other party has more people, and their fighting strength is generally stronger than us. If you don't make a move, how can we win?" Someone said, "This is your problem. Don't expect me to help you with everything, right?" Yang Wu asked back, "All right, let's think of a way. When have we, the Yang clan, ever been afraid of others?" Yang Yifan said from the side, and then he said, "Each of us has different characteristics. If we cooperate well, we can also unleash more miraculous effects and catch the other party off guard." Immediately after, Yang Yifan shared his experience in the battle between the Black Tortoise Army and the Demon Clan with everyone, discussing the strategy to seize the Jade Tablet. Among the 10 of them, some were good at speed, some were good at defense, and some were good at offense. When they worked together, their fighting strength was not as simple as 1 + 1 = 2. These people all racked their brains, and soon, someone thought of a solution. fusing black tortoise battle chi to form a powerful black tortoise righteous body and unleash its full strength, they could achieve great things. In the past, Yang Wu had used this move when he led the Yang clan into the God of War Pagoda. However, to use this move, the leader had to be at the black tortoise spirit formation stage before he could fuse the battle chi of others and unleash the attack together. Among the 10 of them, 6 were from the black tortoise lineage, 3 were from the azure lineage, and 1 was Suju. In other words, only 6 people could unleash the power of the black tortoise righteous body. That's a good idea. Yang Wu expressed his approval. Then let's F***CK them up. Chapter 985. Daoist Jiang was only a first-rank celestial mark realm saint. Facing the 3 clans' geniuses, he found it difficult to defend himself. He only hoped that he could defend himself. Once the power of the imperial edicts was exhausted, he would be able to counterattack. However, he had underestimated the level of these imperial edicts. None of them were low-level. They were all mid-level imperial edicts. The power of one imperial edict was not weaker than his own strength. In fact, it was even stronger. The power of 3 imperial edicts was already too much for him to handle. Just as the 3 clans' geniuses were about to take down Daoist Jiang, he suddenly cried out, "Old Bao, if you don't attack, I'll die." As his voice fell, a saint power tore through space and appeared, blocking the 3 imperial edicts from killing Daoist Jiang. The younger generation of the battle clan has guts. Didn't your elders teach you to respect your elders? A blue-robed saint walked out and said faintly. This saint looked middle-aged and was younger than Daoist Jiang. His aura was also stronger than Daoist Jiang's. He was a second-rank celestial mark realm saint. His name was Bao Ji, also known as Bao Bufu. In Duanren City, Bao Ji's reputation was not small. Many outsiders were especially arrogant. They were all dissatisfied with his treatment. Many people had suffered losses because of him. Those who were weaker than him did not dare to provoke him. He was good friends with Daoist Jiang. Daoist Jiang was in trouble, so he couldn't just stand by and watch. This was also a trap set up by him and Daoist Jiang. They would wait until the battle clan's geniuses used their trump cards before attacking. Bao Bufu's battle power was very strong. He was definitely at the peak of the second-rank celestial mark realm. Not only was the imperial edict's power blocked by him, but he also split some power to attack Qin Xinli, Li Jun, and Lu Zishu. Qin Xinli, Li Jun, and Lu Zishu were shocked. They all used their trump cards to block the attack. However, they were all heavily injured by the attack and were sent flying. Daoist Jiang also took the opportunity to counterattack and joined forces with Bao Bufu to consume the imperial edict's power. The 2 saints still had the upper hand against the 3 saint weapons and 3 imperial edicts. Soon, the power of the 3 imperial edicts was depleted, and the 3 saint weapons lost their power to support them. They lost their combat effectiveness. Bao Bufu and Daoist Jiang did not dare to have any thoughts about the 3 holy weapons. They were the battle clan's sacred items. If they dared to have any evil thoughts, they wouldn't even know how they died. They could teach the younger generation a lesson, but they didn't dare go too far. After all, this was the territory of the war race. On the other side, Zhou Dao and his subordinates were forced into a difficult situation by the other Heaven's Prides of the battle tribe. The Heaven's Prides of the battle tribe were not to be trifled with. They had all kinds of battle chi that could increase their strength. Moreover, each of them was generally stronger than Zhou Dao and his subordinates. Fortunately, Zhou Dao's strength was strong enough to withstand the attacks of several geniuses. However, he also had many wounds on his body. Just as he was about to run away, his master decided the outcome of the battle. Saint's victory meant that their side had won. There was no need for Bao Bufu to make a move. Daoist Master Jiang was more than enough to deal with the war race's geniuses. However, at this time, a force that had been waiting for a long time made its move. They belonged to the Sun family. Several imperial edicts were torn apart, blocking Jinren Zhang's path. An even more powerful force blasted toward Zhou Dao. The target was still Zhou Dao. The Sun family's soldier spirit battle chi was like an army of thousands of men and horses. That terrifying power was comparable to Saint Power. Once Zhou Dao came into contact with it, he would definitely be killed on the spot. Zhou Dao's hair stood on end. He shouted, "Master, save me!" Jinren Jiang couldn't save him. The one who saved him was Bao Bufu. Bao Bufu slapped a palm across the air. It was like the Buddha's palm, instantly enveloping the Sun family's Heaven's Pride's soldier spirit battle chi. "Continue to charge," the leader of the Sun family exclaimed. Bang! The Sun family's soldier spirit battle chi collided with Bao Bufu's Saint Power. Xian Chi exploded and rolled out. The Sun family's soldier spirit battle chi actually didn't collapse. It could even withstand Bao Bufu's Saint Power. It could be seen how domineering their Sun family's soldier spirit battle chi was. Whoever blocks us will die. The momentum of an army of thousands of men and horses. The leader of the Sun family had a resolute look on his face. He roared, and the power of all the Sun family members gathered together again. Their aura field seemed to have formed a battlefield. The tens of millions of people rode their war horses and launched a fierce charge at the enemy. No matter how strong the enemy was in front of them, they all rushed forward in one go. Bao Bufu sneered and said, "The Sun family's soldier spirit battle chi is indeed worthy of its reputation. Unfortunately, it's still too weak in front of me. Today, I will subdue all the younger generation of your battle clan." Forming a seal with both hands, the power of star runes flickered. Invisibly, there was the power of the stars supporting him. His strength rapidly increased, and a powerful palm strike blasted towards the Sun clan's geniuses like a meteor. Meteor seal. This was a terrifying saint skill palm print that contained the power of the stars. Its destructive power was even more terrifying. If it landed on a city without any defense, the city would probably be wiped out. The Sun family's people didn't back down. The leader of the Sun family's Heaven's Pride held a saint weapon and gathered all the soldier spirit battle chi behind him. Each of the Sun family's Heaven's Pride unleashed a stunning attack. That unstoppable spirit didn't seem to be inferior to Bao Bufu's strength. The power of both sides collided once again. Shock waves rolled in the sky, and it didn't dissipate for a long time. When a victor was decided, the Sun family's formation collapsed. One by one, they were sent flying while vomiting blood. The soldier spirit battle chi is indeed worthy of its reputation. It's a pity that you guys are too weak. Bao Bufu retreated quite a distance. His face was pale as he said faintly, "The soldier spirit battle chi didn't just condense battle chi of the same origin to increase one's combat strength. It could also attack the opponent's soul and cause damage to the opponent's soul." Bao Bufu won the Sun family's Heaven's Pride in terms of strength, but his soul was also affected. If he was a little weaker, he would probably be severely injured. That would be troublesome. The Heaven's Pride of the 4 great clans had been defeated. A grade 2, Astromark realm saint was much stronger than them. Just when Bao Bufu thought that the matter would end here, the Yang family's Heaven's Pride attacked. The Azure Heaven faction also used the Imperial Edict to continue blocking Bao Bufu and enlightened Master Jiang. However, they didn't blindly charge over like the other factions' Heaven's Pride. Instead, they hid far away. The Imperial Edict's power was enough. In another direction, Yang Yifan, Yang Manmi, and Yang Chenlong formed the Black Tortoise astral body and attacked Zhou Dao's group. Yang Yifan was the main attacker. He could activate the spirit of Black Tortoise and fuse with other people's battle chi. He was like a black tortoise breaking out of the water. His aura was incomparably strong. The Black Tortoise astral body was different from the Sun family's soldier soul battle chi. The former was a pure fusion of battle strength, and a leader could unleash a powerful attack. The latter was mainly used to increase one's aura and intimidate the opponent's soul, creating a strong spirit. Everyone would attack at the same time and unleash a shocking power. There was a fundamental difference between the two. Zhou Dao didn't let his guard down. After the battle stopped, he consumed a healing pill to recover from his injuries. When Yang Yifan's group charged over, he sensed it. However, he didn't make a move. It was his subordinates that protected him. Wave after wave of energy blasted towards the direction of Yang Yifun's group. Light of the fireflies, break them all. Yang Yifun's fighting spirit soared as he roared. The black tortoise aura body, formed by the power of the six of them, was extremely strong. The attacks that landed on the aura shield were all blocked. It was impossible to break the formation of the six of them. The black tortoise battle chi had the strongest defensive power among all the battle chis. Even the Li family's god-suppressing pagoda and the Lu family's golden bell battle chi couldn't compare. Yang Yifun's group tore open a path and headed straight for Zhou Dao. Zhou Dao sensed the power of Yang Yifun's group and shouted, "You pieces of trash, do your best to stop them." Zhou Dao quickly retreated. He had no intention of clashing head-on with Yang Yifun's group. Zhou Dao's subordinates tried their best to block, but it was still to no avail. Instead, they were forcefully pushed away by Yang Yifun's group. Hand over the heavenly dragon jade token. Yang Yifun shouted at Zhou Dao. Not a chance, Zhou Dao replied. He held his saber with both hands and gathered the power he had accumulated for a while on the battle saber. Waves of saber intent spread out. An extremely domineering saber beam appeared and blasted towards Yang Yifun's group. Falling sky slash. This slash came down from the sky, and a long saber mark appeared in the sky. It was as if it could completely cut open the sky. Yang Yifun waved his battle spear, and a huge blue dragon roared out. The black tortoise's aura became more and more explosive, and it fiercely clashed with the saber beam. The extremely ferocious saber beam instantly disintegrated, and the true dragon's long body pierced through it. Zhou Dao couldn't retreat in time, and his arm was pierced. The battle saber in his hand slipped out of his hand, and he was captured by the true dragon on the spot. In the distance, Immortal Jiang was furious. He roared, "If anything happens to my disciple, I'll kill you all even if I have to risk my life." A dignified saint was helpless against a genius with many imperial edicts. At the crucial moment, it was still up to Bao Bufu. He shuttled through the restrictions of the imperial edict and shouted at Yang Yifun and the others. "Brat of the Yang family, die." The battle chi of the various battle clans was very clear. Bao Bufu could tell at a glance that Yang Yifun and the others were from the Yang family. Yang Yifun was not a fool. After capturing Zhou Dao, he quickly escaped with the others. He had no intention of staying behind to challenge the other party. However, although their battle chi had increased, their speed was still lacking. Bao Bufu quickly caught up to them, and a palm print slammed down at them from the sky. "I'll kill you all to show my might." Bao Bufu was determined to start a massacre. "It's over." Yang Yifun and the others panicked when they felt Bao Bufu's astonishing saint power. "You don't have the ability."